My mornings are chaos. I need coffee that works as hard as I do. That's why I drink Everyday Dose, coffee with benefits. It's rich, delicious coffee boosted with mushrooms, collagen, and nootropics. Everything I need for focus and balance, ready in 30 seconds. The Black Friday sale is on. Get 61% off your first Coffee Plus starter kit, a free A2 probiotic creamer, and over $100 in free gifts. Plus, enter for a chance to win $100 cash or get your entire order refunded. Visit everydaydose.com/podcast or use code podcast at checkout.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair. My favorite thing about the holidays? Decking out my whole house. It's not a competition, but if it was, well, I'd win the season with Wayfair. Outdoor inflatable Santa? Got it on Wayfair. Trees, lights, and ornaments? Wayfair. Hosting must-haves like dining sets, beds, sheets, and towels? Wayfair. For everything in your style delivered with fast and free shipping, visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app to win the season. But again, it's not a competition.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hello, kitties. This is yours truly, the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio. Your host Mikey Bones, Cat Valor, and Rob Humphrey. How you guys doing?
What's up, bloody butt nuggets?
Oh, Rob.
I'll be honest, bloody might be better than creamy.
Got in my mouth.
It might be, but still, man, that's gross. Can we stop with the butt nugget thing? It's causing more trouble than anything.
We'll see. Maybe next week. I mean, obviously not this week. It's already passed.
Yeah, good for us. All right, we're back. We just talked Alien. We don't talk a lot of newer movies, but we did just talk Alien Romulus. I do have an update. If you guys, maybe we could go over this a little bit on the show before we get into everything else. Right. We do have a drink roll call to get to. We have a text message that will be read by Ghostface, and we'll also obviously be talking the Patreon pick for this week. You should tell by the title, Halloween Kills. I'm the luckiest motherfucker on earth. But we'll get to all that later. But do you guys want to hear what Damien Maffei thought of Alien Romulus?
Oh, we have an update.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Update
okay.
for Damien, sure.
I really, when you started that sentence, I was cracking open my next drink. Because I want to hear what Damien Maffei thinks. And I thought you were going to say, of you motherfuckers. Because sometimes we rile up Damien Maffei. I was worried he'd heard our Romulus episode. Okay, but no, I'm very curious to know what he thinks.
Damien Maffei doesn't listen to this fucking show.
Damien Maffei has called you motherfuckers out for things that have been said on the show.
I was going to say, Damien Maffei doesn't normally listen to the show, but sometimes
Facts.
Mikey sends him shit.
That's true.
I have sent him stuff. He has just listened in on stuff. It's give and take. Every now and then, though, he seems to hit money when he wants to find something. Damien Maffei, Haunt. What else? Strangers Pray at Night. Very well known for Texas
TCM
Chainsaw
video game. Yeah.
Johnny. Yeah, they're releasing something new for that too, by the way.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Anyway, but he yelled at me over on Cult FM once about aliens, and it's been a thing ever since. And whenever aliens is brought up on the show, things get a little rough with Damien. So I DM'd him because I just randomly thought of it. I was like, dude, did you see Romulus? And he didn't see it yet. We were going back and forth. I was telling him it's good. He's like, all right, maybe I'll go see it. We left off on this. I just told him, all right, if you do, let me know. Interested to see what you think. To me, it's the third best in the Alien franchise. As I mentioned, we all landed there last week, right?
Second for me.
You had it second.
Yeah, I had it sort of
Second-ish.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was the same as Kat, where I was like, it might be better, but I haven't seen Aliens in so long that I'm hesitant to put it up there because I actually meant to watch, and I might do that this weekend. I might sit down and watch Aliens and decide for once and for all. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I could watch Aliens and just be like, oh, fuck no, it's not.
Could be. Yeah.
I might be swinging back toward Aliens as well, just because I feel like it has fewer flaws. But it's so hard because Romulus is scarier.
Cat's feeling that way because Damien Buffet's chiming in now.
No.
Damien's like the Debo of the Alien franchise, dude. I swear to God. But that's where we left off. I told him, to me, his third best Aliens and this one, Romulus. And I also put in parentheses, yes, behind Aliens, to make sure because Debo get mad. He said, sure, maybe it's good. And he said, I'll check it out. And he left it at, I'll embrace it if it's any good. So didn't talk to him since then. And today he messaged me. My ranking is Alien, Aliens, Alien 3. And then followed by, I don't give a fuck about the rest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Okay.
No. And I was shocked. I'm like, dude, really? Like, how do you not like this? And he said, no, honestly, I'm not sure what's to like. Nothing new there. Nothing done better than before. Nothing eventful. Just sad people keep getting sadder. And horrible CG, uncanny valley vision of an old character, which is probably the most bewildering thing of all.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
Yeah,
I see a little.
I've heard a
see
couple of people say that about this movie recently, actually, in the last week. Tim Davis wasn't a huge fan. He liked it, but he wasn't in love with it. Some other people, too, I know, were like, yeah, I didn't know. I mean, there were a couple of guys I know who were like, they laughed through the whole thing and couldn't wait to get out of the theater. They hated it.
Wow.
I see it a little bit. The issue that I have, because it's a complaint that I've seen a lot, is the like same old thing, but it's frustrating in this franchise in a way that wouldn't frustrate me in other franchises. Because like when you say same old thing, it makes me feel like we got a lot of Alien and we didn't. We got Alien. We got one that was Alien, and then we got a bunch that were in a different genre they were good, but they were totally different genre of movie. So to me, the same old in quotation marks was the selling point. Like I had wanted more Alien follow-up, and I feel like I finally, after years and years, got more Alien follow-up. The creepy old robot face thing, though, which we talked about on Romulus episode, I agree with that. That I see.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree with that too. I was really excited about my popcorn buckets, and I think that really led into the hype for me.
Son of a bitch. Give me one of those, man.
No.
I didn't get any of them. You didn't give me one.
I got one of each. They're awesome.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see it. The thing is, though, people say that about franchises, but as soon as you do something different, then people get mad. So
that's what
I don't know.
was going to say. It's an unwinnable, unfair battle here, because if they did something different, people would be like, oh, it's nothing like that. What are they doing? It's a hard line to walk. And I think I'd rather it be more like what I'm used to, because that's, if I go to Alien, that's what I want. And they're going to give it to me. And I'm happy about that.
And like, I just feel like there are that's a valid complaint about some franchises where it's like, oh man, this Wrong Turn movie didn't do anything new. And it's like, you have that for it's 6 Wrong Turn movies that are all more or less exactly the same. They're just like, they take place at different seasons and stuff. And it's like, but then, and like Mikey was saying, people complained when the 2021 Wrong Turn came out because they're like, it's not like Wrong Turn. But it was okay. It was more palatable because we had 6 Wrong Turns that all felt the same. And that was, good for the fans of the franchise.
Yeah.
That's true. So some franchises, that is very true, Kat. Some franchises, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, you need to do something different now. But that is true. All right. So shout out to Damien, friend of the show. Everybody go check out Texas Chainsaw, all the gamers out there. I don't know exactly what they're doing with Johnny, but it looks dope. So go check it out.
People love Johnny.
Dude,
I see people on the internet going crazy about Johnny. I'm now curious as to whether or not Damien Maffei is more well known for Strangers Prey at Night or the TCM game at this point. Like, what does he hear the most from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Dude, he gets, I would bet it's still Prey at Night.
I think in general, like if you're just speaking about like the general public at large or whatever, then yeah, it's probably that. But I think I'm just curious, what do people ask him more about? You know what I mean? Like online and stuff, like when people reach out to him on Twitter or whatever, like are they asking still about Prey at Night, or does he get more questions and more things about the TCM game now that it's come out? Because people do love that character.
It is really interesting because in a vacuum, I know that both of those things are more popular. But when I'm trying to describe, like when I bring up Damien Maffei to someone who doesn't know by name who he is, the thing that always seems to get it to click fastest with like the people in my immediate circle is from Haunt.
Yeah. Well, Haunt's an underappreciated movie.
And I think that's because a lot of the circles that I hang out in are big advocates for underappreciated movies. Yeah. So I think it makes sense that they would be more open-minded with Haunt specifically than Strangers Prey at Night. But
or who knows, maybe it's the Bloodline Killer or whatever that fucking stupid movie I watched was. I had to send Mikey a message. Is he in this fucking thing or not?
He was so mad at that movie. Yeah, that I bet on Twitter he hears more about Johnny. But
yeah.
And in general, yeah, probably like at cons and stuff, whenever he's out and about, I would imagine it's Prey at Night. But no, we'll see. I'll ask him. That is a good question. Also, Damien going to be a guest on the show soon.
Yay.
Oh.
Yeah, he has soon. Okay. Probably distant soon, but still soon nonetheless. Anyway, so drink roll call. What are you guys drinking?
I'm pretty boring. I am drinking bourbon.
Ooh. Okay. I am drinking a Long Island Twisted Tea.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a half and half, actually. Half iced tea, half lemonade. These things are, they're not like margarita in a can, cut water, all them, because it's not as strong. But it's nice because it's so much bigger of a can that it still does the job. Kat, what about you?
I'm drinking water right now. I'm hydrating. I have what very well could be a mistake sitting on my desk, though. It's not open yet. I do have what would be my third Cutwater Mai Tai. We were talking about this coming into the show. I knew I was going to show up a little bit early because the family got Mai Tais. This is my mom's first experience with Cutwater, and she's asleep right now. She did do the favor, and I was really careful. I was like, I'm only going to have one Mai Tai because I'm doing a show. I would like to be able to drink a Mai Tai on the show for Drink Roll Call. And she's just drinking the Mai Tai, and she's like, they're not that strong. And she's like trying to goad me into having a second one. And I was like, you don't know what's going on. We have this conversation all the time. And my mom's not, she can't drink that much anyway. But we've seen some mighty drinkers fall to water before. Like, it's dangerous. And I was trying to warn her about it, and she's ignoring me and trying to goad me and calling me a lightweight and stuff. She opens the second can, has one sip, and just goes to bed. She just like lays down on the couch and is down for the count. So then that was the thing that goaded me into the second one, because it's like, there's one sip out of this Mai Tai. If I don't drink it, it'll be wasteful. It'll be gone. So I did drink the second Mai Tai, and I've got a third one. It's the one that I was planning on having a second one on the show for. And I know better. I do. But we'll see how the episode goes.
Dude, Grandma Bones is like that too, Kat. Grandma Bones put it down now. She loves her wine, and she will drink. She took shots with me at Patron on like my one birthday I had. I forget, like 5 years ago, 4 years, something like that. She'll throw it down. But when she gets drunk, she just lays on the couch and goes to sleep.
Well, yeah. That's a good way to do it.
I've never, and she, like I said, she drinks. Never have I seen her like bombed, puking, sick, nothing. She just lays down and goes to sleep. No spins, anything. It's a veteran.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it, I think. Yeah,
veteran. We'll be there one day. Real quick, though, kind of related to Drink Roll Call. I just sent you guys a video in our group chat.
Okay.
I guess I'll put it up on Patreon. This has nothing to do with what I'm drinking, but it does have to do with what I am smoking. And I went to a new vape shop today, and I got me some pink lemonade vape juice. Rob.
Oh, God damn it.
I am smoking pink lemonade.
Look at that. Why would you do that? No, I think I've probably had pink lemonade before.
You son of a bitch.
No, you can have that because it's not. I mean, people don't know what it is.
Still, son of a bitch. Morals here, man.
Yeah.
Look, it's not ice though. I don't like it very much.
Ice is disgusting, dude.
It is not. So now, and that's another thing, a bone I had to pick with you, because we argue about, our listeners are like, what the fuck? Let's hear about the movie, dude. We argue about iced and not iced vape juice all the time. I now know what non-ice juice is like. Dude, this sucks. It doesn't I mixed the lemon berry ice I had with the pink lemonade. After.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Because I need that. I don't know. It's like a cooling. Like it's nice. What's wrong with you?
I don't like it. I can't stand that. The flavor of the juice should be good enough. Maybe did you get shitty pink lemonade juice or something? Because the flavor of the juice should be. It's not like cigarettes that taste nasty.
Oh,
it doesn't
shouldn't
taste
anyway.
bad, but it's
this
just
is
doesn't.
completely unrelated to vape. I don't vape. I don't know what's going on with the juice stuff, but I did smoke today. I
good for
had
you.
a chocolate espresso cigar, and it was amazing. It tasted like dessert. Like I was so happy.
All right.
Anyway,
Okay, nice, Cat. I have had like back in my rolling days that people the flavored cigars you would get like raspberry. It was nice. Grape was good.
it's nice.
Yeah. I've had cigar flavored cigars. They're pretty good.
I'll smoke an occasional cigar flavored cigar, but
I don't know that I've ever had an espresso flavored cigar.
I liked it.
Because of Rob, I have now spent more money at the vape shop than I wanted to because I got a berry ice, which is what I was going to get. Then I seen that and I was like, oh, God damn it. I got to buy this one too.
You have to. I'm smoking pink lemonade as like a good
It's a flex, isn't it,
comeback
Cat?
for the show. Yeah.
Yeah, smoking
With the
on
history
pink
that we
lemonade.
have. I'm a little bit frustrated on your behalf that Rob isn't more upset.
No, it
pink
doesn't matter to me.
lemonade.
I mean, I've got blueberry, raspberry, lemon. That's what I've got in my vape.
That's nice. That sounds nice. But
It is
damn, I
nice.
fucked up. I had the the Barstool pink lemonade thing in the freezer still. I should have been drinking and smoking. All right, next week. Okay. 917-397-KILL.
Trace the call. It's coming from inside the house.
If you want to leave a text message, voicemail for the show, 917-397-5455. You can do so by calling or texting that number. Anything horror-related, show-related, you can send it on in, and we will play the voicemails on the show, and we will have Ghostface read your text messages, and we will discuss them and everything else. Here we go.
This text message is from the infamous, iconic, Slashy Award winner, EyeRChris. Chris's text message reads, I'm sorry, Michael. There is no voicemail this week. You have neglected your cult for 8 months, and the only recourse is for you to review Ringu Part 2. It will be the only way for you to appreciate how bad The Ring Part 2 is to the lovely Cat and Thunderballs Rob. I'm sorry Michael has failed you so badly, but I, monotone Ghostface, cannot stand by while Michael betrays Mother Ailey Surreal and the cultists who believe in him.
God damn it.
Mikey, why don't you just take care of this?
I'm trying, man. All right. That was a real question from...
Yeah, we're months long into this. Just record the fucking episode and then it's done. You've got an episode of Cult FM in the can that you're just sitting on.
So
I know.
As you guys know, Mr. Cat's boyfriend fell really behind in Slasher Radio episodes
Oh,
when he no longer had a commute. And it has been we talked about some of his favorite bits, like as he catches up to the bits. One of my personal favorite experiences has been him being behind, but getting the alerts for the new episodes and being like, why are you guys talking about The Ring all the time this year? And it's like, it's just one of those things. The longer this doesn't get taken care of, the more excited I am for him to hear why. Because like one day he's going to catch up, get closer to catching up. He's going to realize that this is
still going on
because of the Cult FM thing. And, you know, it happens pretty early in. So he's going to be like, how did that go on for a full year?
Because Mikey's, that's your answer.
Look, Mikey has a lot to do, okay? So, yeah, sometimes it's unfortunate that it's gotten to this point. I'll agree. Those lapse timelines, though, Kat, would be actually pretty funny. I agree. I'm trying, dude. I don't want to watch fucking Ringu 2 either. All right. It's gone on long enough. Damn it, Chris. Honestly, it's really just like
that's fair though.
Chris just set rules in our universe, though, is the problem here. Like, honestly, this shouldn't even be a fucking thing.
No,
like, none of us did
that.
this.
The patrons do that all the time. We give them people, they have too much power. We give them too much leeway and too much power, and this is what happens.
Patreon.com/radio. You get a lot of extra show every week, ad-free shows, and a lot of power. Apparently,
I don't know what to say. I respect it, though, because it's like he could just hold a grudge. He could just be mad. A grudge.
No.
Cat_Valor. That was a good one.
He could just hold a grudge. He could just be mad. He could just cause problems. But he's like, no, you have wronged me. And here are the steps you can take to fix it. We can watch Ringu 2.
God damn. Oh, because then it's going to be Ringu 3 and then The Grudge.
Only if you continue to not fix it.
We have to have one of the most underrated fucking Patreons of all time, dude. Please go sign up for this damn thing. Like, dude, they truly are a part of the show in such a huge way.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be the most interactive thing. We're the only fucking idiots that allow people to do this shit to us. All right.
Here we are.
Here we are. But going into, because that I do understand that I have to hit my button. But real quick, before we even get into anything further stupid,
I've got something before we do that too, but go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Then I'll just wait. I just wanted to point out that I am the luckiest son. Like this whole Patreon thing really worked out in my favor in a big way over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rob.
You sort of stumbled and fell ass backwards into this thing, but it worked out for you.
Sure did.
Yeah. I just real quick wanted to mention, I know Kat and I last night, we watched the Joe Bob Night Marathon.
Yeah.
It was 12 plus hours from like 9 p.m. to just shy of 10 a.m., I think, Kat. I don't remember what time it was, but...
Yeah, there was like some there was like some mid-credit stuff that ran until just about 10.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. I think I mentioned this. I don't think I mentioned it on the show, though, but I know like a couple of weeks ago or something, John Brennan, who does the music for the Joe Bob Briggs for The Last Drive-In and some other stuff, he lost pretty much everything in a house fire.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he actually helped us out, Mikey. When we used to have a news segment, he let us use some of his music for the bed for that. Remember that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So John's a really nice guy. He helped us out, and he does good work on there. And he's always part of the show, and he's always on Twitter and stuff, interacting with people during the show. But he apparently lost everything in a house fire. And there is a GoFundMe set up. I don't have the link for that, nice. But I know if you go search if you go to GoFundMe and search John Brennan, it will come up. I checked that much. So if you got a few extra bucks, maybe throw it his way and help him out.
Absolutely. Yeah. That will 100% be on the Twitter, our Twitter as well. We'll retweet that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do whatever the fuck we can. Yeah, that should be out there. Raised $33,000 so far, man. Good for him.
Wanted to bring some attention to it. And I don't know, by the time this goes out, it might already be closed. I have no idea how long it's going, like what the end date is on it or anything else. But I don't know how the fuck GoFundMe works.
The saddest part is, though, man, even though that is a very large amount of money, dude, to replace your life, it's fucking nothing.
Everything.
Yeah. It's absolutely nothing. So, yeah, everybody go check that out for sure. Fucking Joe Bob, man, that marathon, I missed it. You guys toughed it out to the end, though.
Yeah. We go. We hung out together all night watching movies and bullshitting
and we're almost going to have to do at least one of those movies on the show because it was amazing. We were talking about this. We get some good numbers sometimes when we accidentally line up with a Joe Bob. And if we hadn't had a Patreon thing this week, I would have told you to cancel what we were doing Bloody Muscle. But yeah, it was a great time. And I'm not surprised that the 33,000 has been raised so far because the Mutant Family is amazing. Good event. Go support the fundraiser.
A lot of fun. And that was the end of Joe Bob's 6th season on Shudder, and they've announced that a 7th season is coming. So he'll be back next year, too.
Yay.
Okay. Nice. Good spot to announce it. All right. Do I have to... What? Kat?
Before you hit the button, I also have something. It's a lot less serious than Rob's thing, but I also have something to announce. I can't make a public apology, like fully, but I did accidentally wrong a listener, an anonymous listener. But I did want to, on the episode, apologize. I try really hard with the things that people send me. Like, if they're timely, I try to send them in a timely manner for the Gabagooli Mystery Corner or other various corners that we have. Someone made something very specific for us in response to one of the Patreon episodes. I feel like I'm allowed to say it's a Patreon episode because there's no way that's not going to come out based on what it is. Someone did make us something based off of one of the Patreon episodes and sent it in. And I meant to send it in last week because it was in response to us having Tim on the show. Unfortunately, last week was such a shit show. They had a Gabagooli Mystery Corner ready. I was not prepared or scheduled to. We had Real Sunday energy last week. So I wanted to apologize that I didn't get it in the week that I meant to, and then also send that in. This is a bonus. It's not a Gabagooli mystery meme, but I was worried if I didn't group them together, I would forget a second week. So leading into that, I'm going to send this to you guys real quick.
Yeah, if you missed last week's episode, don't bother listening to it. It was fucking terrible.
By the way,
especially if you're Damien Maffei, don't.
By the way, listen to this episode of the Nick F. and Woo Cage Cast. And you asked if that annoys me more, or I forget what the other option was. It was that. Stop telling people not to listen to the show. Oh, I hate fun. That was what it was. I'm over that. Stop telling people not to listen to the show.
But Mikey, I do have, and usually Mikey gets the honor of describing
I'm very confused by this.
Memes.
Am I that drunk?
No, I feel like I might have to explain what this one is, unless Mikey knows what this is, in which case I would be very impressed.
I have no idea what this is.
All right.
It's okay. Wait, is this the Canadian national anthem in French?
So close. It's the Canadian national anthem in Italian.
No.
Oh my God.
It's a representation of your country for the Patreon Horror Olympics.
Oh, nice.
That the patrons sent in.
Okay. Nice.
I
was so confused. I was like,
so
am I drunk? Did I have a stroke? What am I looking at here?
I can't quite think of the words to describe how badly I hate this.
Are you going to sing it?
This is wrong.
Yeah, if you would like to sing it, Mikey.
Not. No, not only can I not read nor speak Italian, I'll be damned if I'm going to read the whole. Oh, actually, I do have. Hold on. Where the hell?
Would you like to let Rob sing it?
Fuck Canada. All right. Right, I said it. Blame Canada.
That's not nice, Mikey. Not. To our neighbors to the north.
No, I don't like my neighbors. Same goes with Canada.
Is that the word Natalie in it?
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, it's the Canadian. It's obviously the Canadian national anthem, I guess. Apparently, in Italian, over like a Canadian maple leaf image. This is some shit right here. This is disrespectful, flat out. Whoever did this is nice. An asshole. No, what do you mean?
That's nice. Somebody made that. Nobody other country. They didn't make one for Cat for supporting the U.S. and the horror
USA
Olympics.
flag.
Start making them for Cat then. Yeah, go ahead. Start making them for Cat.
Then they make an Australian one for Tim, although I don't know if Australia has a national anthem.
I think they say oi and
yeah, that's what the fuck it is.
I am sorry that I didn't get this in last week during our Sunday energy, but
a fucking mess.
This probably would have fixed the episode if I had remembered it last week, but all right, yeah, now if you would like to hit your button.
Why do I gotta get two of them? This is bullshit.
Crazy idiot! Get the fuck out of here! You! Go ahead, go back to turning tricks and old folk and you pain in the ass!
And where are my bowls?
The Gabagooli Mystery Corner, where our listeners anonymously send in Italian memes making fun of me for being Italian. As we started the Gabagool Mystery Corner early is what happened. And now I get 2 of them for some reason. The memes go up on Patreon. I do my best to describe these dumbass things on the show. Oh, hell no. See, normally I'll wait to check it and like give myself a little breather and time to mentally prepare. I just got thrown into the water on this one though, because we already did one. So I'm just going to look at it. I probably should have waited.
Into the water, Mikey.
Oh, God.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I see what you did there.
Understood. This one, it reads, sharks in general, scary predators, sharks in Italy. And the meme is a shark, like coming up out of the water with his mouth open, and there's a slice of pizza going into the shark's mouth. He's about to chew. It's very disrespectful. I don't appreciate this. I will say this, though. What?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, usually I'll give a lot of bullshit on technique. What was it that the meatball one, that was awful.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the calzone.
The meatballs.
Yeah, those things were pitiful. I'll give credit here. There's not a bad looking slice of pizza.
I mean, it wouldn't be if it wasn't in the water.
Yeah, but I'm saying the pizza in general, right? Not bad.
Okay, it's okay. There's no ties to cheese. It's just a cheese pizza.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I like the Detroit style, but
yeah, you're out of your mind. This is a good slice of pizza.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you found something to like about this one. I also want to throw this out for the listeners from last week doing their homework. Rob specifically asked for more shark-themed Gabagool mystery memes.
Damn it.
And they delivered. Yeah. On a related note,
I didn't just ask for that out of nowhere, though. It came up.
That's true. Like, it's relevant.
Funny how that happens.
Because we didn't do Graveyard Shark. A couple people felt that Mikey owed something to the patrons. Somehow we landed on making the Gabagool Mystery Corner more shark inclusive. But the listeners stepped up. We got some shark memes coming up for this segment.
Oh, great.
All right, good.
Final bit of housekeeping. We haven't done this quarter. This isn't something this isn't something I thought we were going to have to do ever, let alone annually, let alone every quarter. But here we go. Because people are invested in the Gabagool Mystery Corner. I just wanted to give a small update. I hadn't done housekeeping for a while, like transferring the memes that I get sent online into the Gabagool Mystery Corner on my phone. And earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, I said that we had 58 memes.
Yeah.
They've been keeping us going for, however, 9 months.
This is going to be a really big number.
It's not a really big number.
I don't believe you.
It's not a really big number. It's dwindled because I was keeping...
We went down?
We were going down in the official folder because it has been months. I give one of these out every week. Some weeks, like this week, we run dangerously close to 2 memes. Sometimes I get repeats. We are up a little bit
wow.
after I finally moved. I had like a month's worth of submissions that I hadn't moved in. So our current total, I thought this would be a good time to update everybody. We are back up to 64 Gabagool.
64? Where did it come from? You are a writer, a very intelligent woman. You know what dwindle means. Why would you lie to me? I knew it.
The folder was dwindling quite a bit. I was getting dangerously close to only like 20 memes in the folder.
Oh, no. God forbid.
What would we ever do? How would we finish out the year but we are now safely back above we've got a year comfortably of Gabagool mystery memes.
Right. How many memes you say?
64.
And they're all different memes?
Yes.
How is it possible?
Sure, I will say the craziest part is that like the longer the segment goes on, the more, because I usually just delete them out of my phone when I show them so that we don't have repeats. The longer this goes on, the more I'm worried. Like as I get new submissions, it's like, did I send this to Mikey ever?
All right. Hold
Did
on a
this
second.
used to be in the folder at some point? I don't think I have any repeats, though. Like, if I see one that I know is a repeat, I don't move it back into the folder. There were a lot of those also. So I saved you easily 30 memes, Mikey.
Hold on a second here. Wait a minute. We have some shit to talk about. Hold on a second. First of all, just to start off, that means with 64 memes, I want you guys to know that we have 16 months worth of Gabagool Mystery Corner memes. That is insane. So we have almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
If it stops now.
If it stops right now, the corner can still survive another year and a half.
Right, on its own, on pure body fat at this fucking point. All right?
Yeah.
So that's first of all. Second of all, I truly think this show might be responsible for every single Italian meme on the fucking internet at this point. How is it possible that we have gone, as long as we've gone over a year of doing this, and we still have 64 unique memes for Italians?
Dude,
like, how is there that many out there?
There's no shortage of memes out there for Italians, Mikey.
Clearly.
People love to celebrate your culture. They love it.
That is so crazy that there's that many in existence. My God, man.
And it's good for me to keep a few in reserve because there have been instances where either Rob has sent you a meme and I've had to delete it from the folder preemptively, or where I haven't known that Rob has sent you a meme and it's something that you've seen, and then I have to like double whammy on the show.
Yeah, that unfortunately that is still a risk we run.
So it might be closer to like 15 months, really.
Yeah.
We do
It's
lose.
15.
There are casualties in the Gabagool Mystery Corner sometimes.
God damn, man. Kat has to keep up with my Italian meme consumption in my life. She has to stay aware of that.
Also, Mikey, I just want to... That's a weird job to have. I never, I imagine that if this became a business, if we got super profitable and we had to get like an accountant in and stuff, we would have to have like on my pay stubs, it would be like Mikey's Italian meme consumption overseer or something.
Analyst.
Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. Somebody has to have that job. I mean,
that's what you have to tell the IRS, Kat. You have to let them know of that.
I also, Mikey, I know I said dwindled. I did mean the condition in the folder, not the total. It went up by less than 10 memes, and it over the last
analytics for the shit.
Yeah,
10
memes. Also, I would never. I know that you think you blame me for the Gabagool Mystery Corner, but I would never so blatantly advertise that we were running low on memes. Do you know what that would do to you? Do you know what that would do to me?
That'd make me so happy and give me so much hope. Yeah, that would be very mean.
Yeah,
but
if I announced something like that, like if the number had actually gone down even a little bit, if we had like 40 memes left, that's still like most of a year, and there would be an influx of memes coming in.
Oh yeah. People would panic.
Yeah,
it'd be like the stock market dropping.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah. I cannot believe Kat just gave an entire board presentation on the analytics and all of the Gabagool Mystery Corner memes.
Drunk. I love the idea that somebody doesn't listen. Like, this is their first episode of Slasher Radio. And they're like, what did I get into right now?
Yeah. This is what we have to do on this fucking show, everybody. All right. We got to give analytics and State of the Union addresses on Italian memes for the internet.
I love it at Gabagool.
God damn it. All right. We're going to take a really quick break and we'll be right back with this month's Patreon pick, Halloween Kills. All right. We have to... What?
Oh, just since we are coming back from our break, I want to we're going to do a little bit of ASMR. We're going to hear the sound of Kat's mistake real quick.
Ooh. Oh, no.
Okay.
Kat, wait a minute.
I'm over here trying to slow down because I've been drinking straight liquor, and I'm more worried about Kat than I am me.
Kat, are you going for the third, the elusive third margarita in a can, or
elusive
cut water?
third Mai Tai in a can.
Ooh.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Mai Tai has the same alcohol content though as it's 12.5.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the same.
it's the same. Okay,
I think so.
I thought it was.
I know
more.
that there are a couple that are lower.
Yeah, there's a couple that are more too.
There are a couple that are more.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I'm
Either
going
way,
for the elusive third Cutwater, which is we know better than to do that on this show.
we know from as far as we know, our analytics on Cutwater is 3's the line, 4 you puke.
Yeah, 4 is gonna fuck you up. And I'm not, listen, here's the thing, is I don't have a lot of sleep. I've not had a lot of because I went to a family lunch, overate, then had a light snacky dinner. I also don't have enough food in my system that I would even think about trying to break that fourth. Myself accepting the challenge one day of being like, I could get 4 of these things down. Today's not the day, guys.
Again, I believe I could get 4 down. I don't want to.
Yeah.
And yes, the margarita in the can is 12.5.
Okay.
Yeah, we know that 4 is overdoing it, don't we?
4's too much.
I love it. I gotta go.
But yeah, all right, Kat. Bravo, man. Kat looking to tie me with 3 on the show, though.
Yeah,
on the
do it
show,
on the
which
show.
is dangerous.
Ballsy move.
Yeah, I had to think about it but I was saving that second one for the show. I like having a drink on the show. So, yeah, it's dangerous, but I'm going for it.
All right.
Careful.
Yeah. Okay. Patreon pick. Go back and listen to last week's episode. We explained the whole Graveyard Shark thing. It was very unfortunate turn of events. So we could not watch Graveyard Shark, which did win we owe 2. So we owe 2 of Patreon picks. So last week was supposed to be 1, but it got pushed back now. Couldn't watch Graveyard Shark. So here we go. We go over all the movies that did not win because Rob does not know how to work the Patreon. First movie that did not win is Blood-Sucking Freaks, and that's from Leah, 1976.
I've seen that. It was okay.
Thanks, Leah.
Yeah. It's because it's got the word sucking in it.
Oh, of
Robert.
course.
Yeah. What?
It might be. Leah likes to needle Rob.
Yeah, she's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no.
Be nice to Leah, though. Leah did comment on her own post. Is that a Leah thing to do?
That sounds like a Leah thing to do, yeah.
All right, just checking. She says, I have not, because I did note that everyone knows about what happened last week. So Leah said, I have not listened to the latest episode yet, but I doubt it would change my mind. All right. Leah knows what she wants. I like it.
All right.
Next one that did not make it is from Nesto. Love Nesto. The Puppet Man 2023 new film.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I haven't seen that one.
Nesto's always finding some weird shit.
I honestly, when we're done recording this, if I'm not passed out somewhere, I might go watch The Puppet Man. Nesto always comes with interesting picks. And I'm sad that they don't win more because every time a Nesto pick wins, it's like, that was interesting. I don't always like them, but I do always I feel like I've been through an experience. He doesn't pick mediocre movies usually, so.
Yeah. Well, it looks like this girl got crazy eyes. That's in it.
That might be why I picked it. Also, Nesto, still the title holder for picking our favorite movie of all the Patreon picks.
I did enjoy Benny Loves You,
Yeah.
Ones we haven't seen, non-classics, like the by far, Benny, at least for me.
Nesto is the only one that got us all to spend $60 on a doll.
It's impressive. It's impressive. Also, when I seen the notification when Nesto's name popped up that he left his comment, I got really scared because honest, dude, the Tree movie slipped my mind. I said, oh shit, with everything that went on. Honestly, patrons, Nesto, that was the play.
That would have been the play.
If I got away from Graveyard Shark to fall out of the frying pan into the fryer of the tree, Nesto. That'd have been the play. Damn. I hope he's kicking himself for that one. Darth Gregor at TikTok also. You can check him out at Darth Gregor. He put up Dante's Hotel from 2023.
The fuck
I
is
also haven't
that?
seen that one.
What? I never even heard of this. What is going on?
See, it's sometimes I do take recommendations from the movies that don't get picked. It's scary to do that with Greg because it's either going to be like some niche thing that only Greg and I agree on, or it's going to be a punishment pick for me, but I don't know it yet.
Something about a cursed hotel. It's got Judd Nelson in it.
Cursed Hotel could be fun.
Maybe it's got Ted Raimi in it also.
Oh,
Okay. I'm in.
Maybe.
it still
On
comes from
Tubi.
Greg though, so be
Well,
careful.
Kick him in the dick.
Careful. Amber put up Night of the Lepus from
Not the
1972.
Lepus. Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Okay.
God damn
I
it.
haven't seen it. I'm vaguely aware of it. It's like isn't it like a bunny rabbit or something? Like a killer rabbit movie.
Wouldn't that be Lapis?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. A mutant bunny is saved by a scientist's daughter and released into a hotbed of hair activity where it breeds and helps genetically alter the growth rate of, and that's the end of it. I'm not clicking.
Why are you guys not voting for that? Patrons, we've got to have a talk.
The last one that did not win. Damn it, Chris.
Hell of a deal.
EyeRChris put up, and I quote, Ringu fucking 2. All caps, exclamation point. God damn it.
He knows what
I'm
he
glad
wants.
this didn't win.
Not what he wants. He knows what is fair.
Ah. Damn it, Chris. Yeah, the winner, though, is, and look, I got out of Graveyard Shark and got to watch a Halloween movie.
Yep.
This is what I was talking about earlier. I am the lucky, I should go play lottery. I cannot believe this worked out like this for me. But yeah, so Halloween Kills, that was put up by Chris. I wasn't by Chris. That was put up by Will of the Thrill.
Thrill me, Will. Thrill me.
And here we are, guys. Halloween Kills. Any opening thoughts?
I like this pick because it's one of those. We've never done an episode on Halloween Kills, but it comes up a lot on the show. And it's, as we're recording, because it is after midnight, this is September 1st, we are fully in spooky season as of right now. They kicked that off with a Halloween movie. And I think the conversation's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So this movie it's interesting because I always, when I think of Halloween Kills just generically or whatever, I was like, it's not very good. But I think that's because it is, in my opinion, far away the worst of the David Gordon Green trilogy. But then Halloween Kills, I think it is the worst of the three, but it's because the other two are so brilliant that it's not because this one, like every time I watch this movie, I find that I appreciate it a little more. Like I have more fun with it. I like it a little more. I think it's the one that when I look at my Halloween rankings has the best chance of like moving up because I do find that I enjoy it more each time I watch it.
I go through a similar thing with Halloween Kills. It's weird because I feel like I'm usually in a conversation the person to defend Halloween Kills, but I do have that kind of gut reaction like, oh God, not this movie.
Right.
And I think it's because I remember the disappointment having seen 2018 and going back for Halloween Kills and being like, and I remember it was a thing too, because my friend, like my best friend had gone to see 2018 with me and was really into it. I got him to watch the original Halloween, which was something I thought he would never do. And it was like this big moment. And so Halloween Kills came out and I like got us tickets for opening day. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, remember how much you loved 2018? Like, let's go. Halloween hype again. And I'm sitting there in Kills and it's like, oh, he's never going to take him to another Halloween movie. And I still remember that like disappointment and that, but it is more fun when you watch it. And Rob talked about the other two being so brilliant. I will say I respect Kills a lot more after watching Halloween Ends. This was a lot more fun for me.
This is not about Halloween Ends. I don't want to hear it. That's not the episode we're doing.
You brought up Halloween Ends. in retrospect, once you get over the disappointment that this is not Halloween 2018, I think that it's fun is the thing. Like, and even as much as I love Halloween 2018, if you give me the brief fun Halloween movie, I'll put on Season of the Witch. But like, if you take Season of the Witch away from me and you say fun Halloween movie, I'm going to put on this one. Like, this one's just, the kills are really creative. It's very fast paced. It's a ton of fun to watch. I do enjoy this one. And that is why I defend it, even though I do understand that initial reaction of like, ugh.
Yeah. But I think I was looking, I think I have more notes on this movie than any other movie we've ever talked about.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I was already drinking. I did not take good notes.
No, I took a ton of notes, both good and bad, and some questions in here too.
Okay.
But we'll talk about all that. Mikey, what do you think about Halloween Kills, though?
Oh, okay. Halloween Kills was not the worst movie in this trilogy. It was Halloween Ends because that movie sucks.
This is not an episode about Halloween Ends. Stay on topic.
It makes no sense, and it was completely idiotic, and the kid that beat up Michael Myers in the sewer, it was dumb. All that being said, this movie wasn't bad, man. For me, it's definitely the second best in the trilogy.
Behind what in?
Stop it.
You want me to go again? I'll keep going if you want. I was being nice. I'll stop. Yeah, I feel like I was going to bring this up earlier, but I guess I'll just mention it now. It is very weird because this movie is pretty beloved. And it's really weird how many people like this movie. And I would be interested to know how many of those people gave Rob Zombie's Halloween shit. Because it's weird seeing like, obviously
well, I'm one
this
of those
wasn't
people.
Yeah, talk to Rob about this.
Yeah.
Obviously, this wasn't as far off as Rob Zombie's was, but this was a very different Michael Myers, though.
It is. It is. And that is one of the things that I had noted to talk about was how, setting aside the Rob Zombie films, this is, other than those two movies, the most brutal Michael we've ever seen.
I
think that's what makes it fun. And I also think it's something because it's frustrating when you have a complaint about something and then someone else comes along and does it and you're like, oh, it's genius. So I can see you being frustrated about that, Mikey. But I do think that like if you didn't want the full redneck Rob Zombification treatment.
That's the thing that bothers me about the Rob Zombie movies. It's not how brutal Michael is. I don't care about that. What I like better about the Michael in this movie than in his two films, though, is that this looks more like the Michael Myers that I know. Like, James Jude Courtney's a big guy, but he's not like I mean, that Tyler Maine's just a Hulk of a human being, right? Like, he's just he doesn't even look human. He's so fucking large. James Jude Courtney's a big guy, but he's not that. You know what I mean? He doesn't look like he plays a fucking offensive line for an NFL team or whatever. But this is the closest we've seen in all the other films to Michael being like, some unstoppable killing machine.
And I like it. It was fun to see. I was glad to get a taste of that brutality in a more Halloween feeling movie.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want. I like David Gordon Green. I haven't been bothered by anything that he's done. A lot of people have written him off. But say what you want about him. He understands how to make a movie that looks and feels like a Halloween film.
Yeah.
So when you take that and you couple it with this sort of new sort of take on Michael Myers, it's interesting and it's fun.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, they didn't have rape scenes and everything. Like, it wasn't Rob Zombie's Halloween is what I'm saying.
Laurie didn't finger a bagel.
I was going to bring that up, and then it was like, no, because Mikey's going to get on my case if I bring it up, even as a joke. And
I'm
then
not.
said it for me.
Will is, though. Do you know?
Listen, I'm a lost cause to Will.
Do you guys know, Rob, I don't know if Kat noticed, but Rob, you remember when Will had his display, like his little profile picture on Discord, the bagel with the knife?
Yeah.
Do you know it's because of you two that he did that?
No.
Yeah, that's what it's an homage to.
Oh,
it's just
you two.
And we need a bagel disclaimer button. The thing with the bagel is it wasn't the only instance of it. It's just the easiest one to point to because it was so over the top.
So dumb,
it wouldn't have been a complaint if that had been the only instance.
There they go. I didn't bring it up. I didn't mention it. I'm just sitting here and they're talking
I'm not
about
hiding,
it.
Will. It's fucking stupid.
I'm going to make another meme of you guys. He did it once with this bagel thing. He's going to do it again. Anyway, so yeah, Rob, you're right in saying that. Like, that is why this obviously works. Like, it's nowhere near in the same neighborhood as Rob Zombie. But I do hear a lot of people, their big issue with the Rob Zombie Halloweens is, oh, that's not Michael Myers. I feel like this is Scream did with Scream 5, where it was like a more aggressive ghost face, but it wasn't a different ghost face like in Rob Zombie's Halloween. But it was just like they turned up the volume knob. That I'm old as shit, aren't I? But they turned up the bass on Ghostface a little bit. They didn't change them, just turned them up a little bit. And that's what they did here. They did a lot more here, though. And I feel like it wasn't done as well as they did it with the aggression of Ghostface in Scream 5. But still, what me and Bobby always, because he thought the Rob Zombie's Halloween was better than the original.
I remember
that,
Bobby's
Rob?
an insane person, yeah.
That is correct. But either way, me and him would argue about this a lot. Back in the day, you can listen to it on if you're a patron, but we had a whole argument, the whole episode about arguing about, oh shit, about those two movies. But he had the best argument, dude, that I've heard of all the Rob Zombie supporters of.
If he was supporting Rob Zombie, he didn't have the best argument, Mikey.
No,
He had the best argument for Rob Zombie supporters.
Right.
Well, I mean, look at Rob Zombie supporters. It can't be that hard to out-argue them.
Not arguing that point either, but still, the best argument I've heard for that case is that Rob Zombie made Michael Myers so, like, he was such a wrecking machine, and then that was cool to see. And you know what, man? I can see that, man. If you really
guess,
love
but it's not Michael. That's the thing. Michael, like in the original Halloween, right? Michael blends in, right? Like when he's outside Laurie's school in the original film, he's not hiding. He's just standing there. It's Halloween. It's a guy with a mask. Nobody looks twice at it because it's Halloween. So it's not unusual to see a guy with a mask, and he just blends in plain sight. He can hide. When you've got that fucking guy, Tyler Mane, everybody's looking at that fucking dude.
Yeah.
He's not hiding anywhere.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Move away from this complaint, I just want to throw this out there as well, because I also think that it is more fun and congruent with the Michael Myers character to watch him be brutal in Halloween Kills than it was in Rob Zombie's Halloween. But one thing in reviews, and I don't think I kept any of the reviews that had this complaint because there was no shortage of material for reviews today. But one thing I saw that bothered me is that the people that did not like the Rob Zombie movie just seemed to disregard it completely. They were like, we've never seen a Michael this brutal. And it's like, okay, we've never seen this Michael this brutal.
Right. Yeah.
But like, I do think that Rob Zombie, whether or not you like that version of Halloween, should get some credit for like having a very brutal Michael Myers. And I do think that it played some influence in what we see here with that just like raw strength.
It's a cool vision. It makes for a good comic book edition of Michael Myers, the Rob Zombie one.
What makes the Rob Zombie movies easier for me to deal with, just knowing they exist, is now that we have this new trilogy of films, because that is now just a side quest for Michael. Like that's just its own little thing, and it's self-contained, and it's over there, and I don't ever have to fucking deal with the trailer park if I don't want to.
That's fair. You're lucky I don't like his second one, because that might have been my pick for this year, because I did the first one last year. That stupid fucking horse.
Well, I got bad news for you, Mikey. I like his second one more than I like his first one, so you're not out of the woods on it. I think his second one is a much more enjoyable film than the first one.
I also really like the way that you phrase that, Rob, where you're like, the thing that makes it easier for me to accept these exist. Where it's like, I love the idea that otherwise you'd struggle with this. Like, you're just at work and you have like war flashbacks. You're like, oh man, Rob Zombie did a Halloween movie.
You think that didn't happen?
Go, dude, but I gotta go home.
Need the rest of the day off. You don't understand. This movie came out by Rob Zombie.
Yeah, man. Will, though, is a huge fan of this movie. I believe like if you're looking at enjoyment, that's what got him at the bottom of the patron rankings once was his Halloween rankings.
They were fucking awful all over the goddamn place.
Wait.
What?
Will knows how we feel about Kills and likes the movie and nominated it. I feel like that's a trap. I feel like this is a trap waiting to happen. Like Will's taking notes, keeping score.
Oh,
we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
All right.
We're being judged. This is a test. And I feel like I'm doing the best right now. I'm just saying.
Probably. You didn't bagel.
But yeah, he's a huge fan of Kills. And he also does, by the way, just a little side note, his YouTube channel is fucking doing great. Duke Rye. Yeah. Dude, he's doing very well. And it's all Dead by Daylight clips, but they're all playing killers, Michael Myers, and doing different builds. So it's really dope. So a lot of just one of the biggest Michael Myers guys I've ever fucking met, to be honest with you. But he always talks about the score of this film. And I know he'd be pissed if we didn't mention it. And I don't know if you guys have ever paid attention to the score of this film.
Oh, yeah, I own it on vinyl.
Okay, Rob. So what do you think of that? Because I honestly, he had me listen to the Halloween Kills theme. And dude, it's very different, but it's really good. What say you to that, Rob?
No, it's got some really great music on it. I mean, it's John Carpenter, Cody Carpenter, and why the fuck do I always forget that other guy's name? Davies is the last name. He's Ray Davies' son. Anyway, I can't think of it off the top of my head. They did the score. They do the scores. They've done the scores for a lot of movies, and they've also put out some albums, the John Carpenter Lost Themes albums and stuff. Their music is incredible. And yeah, they did a great job on the score for this.
Kat, did it stand out to you at all?
I'm about to fail my test. Here's the thing, is that this is a score that I will listen to. Like the music is impeccable. I do feel like of the David Gordon Green trilogy, it maybe has the weakest experience watching the movie and appreciating the score. We talk about this sometimes where it's like a mark of a good score is when you don't hear it, when you're not distracted and you're not listening for the music because there's other stuff going on. But like the score adds to the experience for me of 2018. You know how I feel about Ends, but I do think the score was maybe the best part of Ends for me.
God damn it, Kat. This isn't about Ends. Stay on point. You guys are all over the place talking about Rob Zombie and Ends, just Kills. This is about Kills.
For Halloween Kills, there is so much happening on the screen at any given time in Halloween Kills that I really barely even get to hear the score most of the time. Like, it's just not on my mind as much. I don't think it's a weaker score. I think it's just a more distracting movie.
Yeah, I can see that. Daniel Davies is his name, by the way.
You know what, though? And I can't believe it, but I'm actually going to say something nice about Halloween Ends. The scores for all three of these in this trilogy, the scores tell the story as well. 2018, it was a more traditional score, like very close to the original. Again, Kills is the only one I really remember listening to, but I remember the vibes of it. And if I'm remembering correctly, 2018 was more traditional. Kills was a lot more bumpy. Like it had that harder sound to it, and they added a lot more and they made it a little more aggressive. And that was cool, and it's fun to listen to. I also feel like, because I didn't notice it while watching it as much either, Kat, the movie. Yeah. And I think it's because it's traditional enough to where your brain just hears Halloween. You don't notice it, which is a credit to what they did. And in Ends, I think I remember, Rob, you might know, it was a little slower, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit slower if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've listened to it.
Yeah, because it's like Michael Swan's song and Laurie, and they did the experience of this trilogy in their vision, their Blumhouse's vision, and Ryan Turek and all the guys over there who did the David Gordon Green who did this were involved in this movie. Their vision was executed perfectly. It's just a shame that Ends sucks as bad as it does, though, is the thing.
I'm going to need you to stay on topic, Mikey.
I noticed it was fine for him to talk about the soundtrack.
Yeah,
you
it's
didn't
good.
stop me then.
Yeah, listen, this is about Halloween Kills. God damn it.
I'm so, okay. But yeah, the score is a great experience.
Yeah, just like as a score, as a film score outside of the film, the music for this is impeccable. Like,
yeah, they all are. 2018 is
They
a really
are.
good score too. I mean,
Yeah.
it does feel a little more traditional toward, like, there's some really good pieces on there.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a complaint about the score for any of these films.
It was just because with the other two, it's like I'll notice the score and point it out, whereas the score is not what's on my mind when I'm watching Halloween Kills.
All right, let's get into it. This motherfucker started, boom, fire scene.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, one of the coolest moments in the whole Halloween. Very different, as we talked about already, but still one of the coolest moments in the whole Halloween franchise, right or wrong.
You are right. It is big. It is dumb. It is stupid. It doesn't really make sense, but it's fucking amazing.
It makes total sense.
No, it doesn't. No, they spray him with a water hose, or a fire hose, Mikey.
Okay,
that would
that's
blow
fair.
him across the fucking yard.
We'll get into this later on. I thought that this was a cool scene. Again, it's fun. It's very cinematic. It's very immersive. I have a lot of fun with the scene. I liked it I liked it fine as a continuation from 2018 while I saw it in theater. People online fucking hate this scene. I got rid of a lot of reviews that were just complaints about this scene. There were several where people turned it off after this scene. This is like the second most hated scene from this movie, according to the internet.
Wow.
I think a lot of people would be turned off by, like, if you're not into this version of Michael Myers,
Yeah.
you're not going to be into that scene. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's fair.
You're not going to like it. Also, I don't know. Does the movie start with? It doesn't start with this scene, right? Like, it starts with. Doesn't it
It's
start
really
with Cameron
early
coming
in.
up on Hawkins, and don't we even get the flashback to 1978 before that?
Yeah, that's true. But that's when it kicked. That's when we got Halloween
Yeah.
Kills, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the flashback to 78? Are you okay with that? Does it
I
bother
am.
you? And I have that as a note. This is one of the questions that I have because I don't know if I like it or not.
It really bothered me in the theater. Like, this was one of the things that initially I used as a complaint against Halloween Kills, where it's like it didn't feel as focused as I had wanted, and it feels very scattered sometimes. There's a lot of extra stuff. And we've talked about this on the show as well, where this really is more a story of Haddonfield. I feel like this is vital information for that arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Like,
I think
like it.
it serves its purpose because it's not just the one flashback. We get a few of them throughout the course of the movie going through the events of that night. And what I like about it is that it picks up, it doesn't change what happens in the original film at all. It just shows us stuff that happens after that. So I can appreciate that, and it sets things up nicely for the story that it's telling. So I do like it. I think when I saw it in theaters, I absolutely hated it. Like, I was about to lose my mind because I thought, why are you fucking with this film? Why are you fucking with the original film?
I didn't think that they were in my first screening. I didn't think that they were fucking with the original. Like, I could tell that they were just adding stuff, but
Yeah.
it did irritate the hell out of me. But I think you go in expecting this to be more Michael and Laurie, and it really isn't that kind of story. And I actually think that this scene in particular helps ease that transition because it is framed more like a story of the whole town and not just the two people.
Yeah.
I feel like the only reason it's okay is because they did so well in 2018. If they would have put out some half-ass shit and then tried to put out the second part of their trilogy and they reenacted not moments from the movie, but moments from the story, the original story, I think more people would have been even more mad about it. But
I'll tell you what would have
guess it's
pissed people off. At one point, apparently, I think it was for 2018, they had planned to reshoot and change the ending of the original.
Oh, hell no. Don't. You can't do that now.
Yeah.
Nope. Can't do that.
I heard that somewhere along the way. I don't know how much truth there is to that or not. Yeah,
Should
I
ask
think
Turk.
that.
Damn, maybe if you were there, Rob.
Yeah, I could have been there. The one conversation I really want to have on this show, and I have to miss it. So yeah, the flashback to 78 in theaters, I hated it. I hated that they had Loomis in it. I've softened on all that now. I actually enjoy that now. It doesn't bother me as much.
It's weird how when you like something, because you liked how you liked Ends, and you're looking at it and now giving them a pass because you like it. The movies,
maybe. But also, like, there are just certain things at the beginning of this movie, like the flashback, but also the fact that Hawkins should be dead. I mean, I like that character, but he should be dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That is how it started. I was fine. Like I said, they earned the right to do it, I think.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, again, I like the character. I like him in this movie. I like him in the next movie. So I'm perfectly fine with him surviving. But at the same point, it's like, I think he was supposed to be dead there, and they brought him back. Kat mentioned that the kills are cooler in this movie. I don't know if anything tops the fluorescent light bulb kill in this movie, which actually we find out later isn't a kill because that woman survives, but it's so fucking awesome.
It's such a good shot.
Yeah.
That whole sequence with that couple was so fucking good. And it's because they had the elements of creepy Michael Myers stalking, waiting. But when he attacked and he struck, it was amplified so much.
Yeah.
And I loved it, man. Like, that was honestly perfect. And they hit the notes just perfectly there. And it went even higher later on, and it hit different notes at different points of the movie. But honestly, that is like a perfect iteration of Michael Myers to me, is that whole scene. And dude, yeah, that light bulb pull, they really they laid the groundwork with the opening, and then, like I said, once that fire scene happened, it took off, and then that was after that. Dude, they really started this movie. This is a hell of a way to start a Halloween movie, and honestly, that's why I think Kills gets more shit than it should, because, dude, look at the beginning of this movie, man. Like, damn, they did so much, and it was so good.
I'm in a tough spot because I know that this is something where I should be choosing my words very carefully, but I'm on my third Mai Tai. There's something that I really appreciate about not just the way that the kills are filmed. This movie has a very high body count. It's very bloody. It's very brutal. We don't get to know every single person that dies real well because the movie would be 18 hours long. Yeah. It would be so long. But I do like that I feel like they feel even more brutal and more elevated in that regard because we have so much empathy for the characters. And it's not everyone, but they chose a good handful of people that we know that some of them are going to die. A whole bunch more of them than we think probably going in do die. And it's something that I think Kills does better than the average slasher movie and better than a lot of Halloween movies, to be honest, where it's just like we have this deep empathy. We have these characters that we really like that we're seeing just drop left and right. And I think that's an incredibly hard thing to balance. And Kills does it so well. Like Mikey was saying with the couple, like that whole sequence was great, but I think it was even better because we got to spend a little bit of time with the couple before they died.
Yeah. This movie, one note that I took here was that I think this movie has two great horror movie couples, and Sandra and Phil, this couple, get overshadowed by everybody's love for Big John and Little John. But they're both just great couples. Like we don't spend a lot of time with Sandra and Phil as a couple together, but you get a sense of what their relationship is. You like them. They're good. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of, you get to see some of the lovingness between the two of them and everything. We spend more time with Big John and Little John, but still not a lot of time. And it's the same kind of thing. I mean, it's got two really great horror movie couples in it.
And we have, and I think because we do get to spend that little bit of extra time with Big John and Little John, but it's just like, I feel like we have such an insight into their lives. Like, there are so many slashers movie, and especially in the late 70s and early 80s, obviously where the franchise started, there are so many just like, it's hard to remember their name, random people that die. I feel like we still have that issue in slashers where it's just hard to differentiate characters. But with Big John and Little John, like, they felt like real people. And I can tell you facts about them and like how their relationship worked. And it just, they felt so fully fleshed out from the little bit we got to see. Same with these couple. And it's the same with some of like the extras and stuff too. And it's incredible. And I don't think that Halloween Kills gets enough credit for that, because I think if it were easier to do, we would see it more, and we don't.
I think this does an excellent job of just building on the world created in Halloween 2018.
Yeah.
And it's in little moments, too. It doesn't have to be anything major, like the kid who gets killed after hitting on Allison. He gets killed in the Elrod's backyard on the fence. Yeah. You know, we see him in the morgue, and we see his mom show up, and she sees his body. And that's just a brief moment in the movie, but it still builds upon what we've already seen, and it shows the grief of the family members and the people of the town and everything else. I think it's really well done, you know. And talking about circling back to Big John and Little John, even Michael seems to be touched by Big John and Little John because of the way he arranges their bodies after he's killed them. He's got, you know, they're laying, one of them's laying with his head in the other one's lap, and there's a nice touching song. I don't know what the song is that's playing, but it's like a nice little touching love song about spending the rest of my time with you or whatever.
Yeah.
They really did a good job of using the time that they had wisely and introducing quite a few characters to us.
And like with the rearranging of the bodies, that was something I was also going to save this for reviews, because people got really mad about Michael rearranging bodies on this one, which we'll get there, I'm sure. I take objection to that, because that's something that Michael has always done.
Yeah.
Like, there's always been an element of playing with the bodies afterward. But I think Halloween Kills is a really good example of that. We do get to see, I think, more bombastic arrangements with the corpses, which is never a sentence I thought I would say. But we have it in Halloween Kills. And I think it also, like the Big John and Little John one specifically, you said it, Rob, like he also seems touched by this. And it's just, there's so much personality in the arrangements of these that it's almost like a little insight into how Michael sees the world, like how he interprets these things. And that it's an element that's always been in the Halloween franchise since the first one, but it's so strong here. And it's another thing that I really adore about Halloween Kills.
He arranges them in a nice, loving way, you know. I mean, in the last movie, we saw him rip a guy's head off and turn him into a jack-o'-lantern. So, I mean, Michael likes to have fun, but he always has. I mean, he stole his sister's headstone in the first movie and put it in the bedroom. I mean, to lay the body in front of it, like, he's always done that.
I got really frustrated that so many people complained about that in Halloween Kills, because it's like, no, that's awesome. Don't.
Right, he's always done that.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, they had so many different elements in here that worked so well. And that's why I keep saying, man, a lot of people don't like this movie. I told a friend of mine that we were talking about this movie, and their answer was oof.
No, I posted it online, and I got responses on Facebook, a number of laughing emojis. I got one guy was just like the biggest whiff in the franchise and stuff. And I'm like, I don't see it that way. Like, I don't think this movie's that bad. It's a good movie.
Yeah. And I don't know why it's not. Maybe it is because of the turned up Michael Myers.
Maybe. Or it's sort of hammocked between two genius pillars of the franchise. So what are you going to do?
Honestly, I seen a good amount of people who were talking shit about Kills come around a little bit after seeing Ends.
That's how I was.
No.
No. What do you guys think about Laurie taking a step back in this one, though?
It's fine.
You think it worked?
Yeah. So the David Gordon Green trilogy has mirrored, in some ways, the first three Halloween movies. And she does more in this movie than she does in Halloween 2. Right? Like,
yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
Here's a hot take. could have stepped back just a tiny bit more even. And it's not even like she should have taken a step back thing. It's just we could have spent less time in the hospital kind of a thing. Yeah. I didn't mind it because, and I think it also would have been a clearer objective of what they were trying to do with this one, because it very clearly was not just a Michael Laurie tale. And I think having Laurie in it, like a medium amount, kind of made people be like, oh, she wasn't in it enough. Whereas I think if she had actually been in it less, it would have been more obvious that this one in particular was not about her.
See that?
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, it's, it makes sense too for the story that they're telling. It just makes sense, so it's fine.
Yeah. A lot of people are mad about that.
Yeah, I've heard people complain about that. I mean, I hear that complaint about Halloween too, also, that she doesn't really do anything. She's in the fucking hospital the whole time. But that doesn't bother me either. I like Halloween too. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It just fucking makes sense. I mean, she's been through hell, and this is continuing the same night. Of course, she's going to be in the fucking hospital where you want her to be.
I'm going to immediately get distracted from kills again, but who's watching Halloween 2 and being like, I wish Laurie had been more active, and not just immediately paying attention to Loomis in Halloween 2?
Yeah, it's true.
Such a good performance.
So yeah, there's some clunky stuff in this movie though that has to be addressed. It's not perfect. It has issues. I mean, the whole talent show at the bar is clunky. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? Who spends their Halloween night at the bar at the local talent show?
That's not even my issue with it. And this is an insight into how my suspension of disbelief works. I believe that Michael Myers can survive all the stuff in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. Fine, sure. He is evil incarnate. Doesn't bother me. I believe that people are lonely and will have a talent show bar, while this is all going down. Fine. What I don't believe, I just have the toughest time wrapping my head around the fact that, you could choose to go to a talent show at a bar and just bum everyone out as your talent.
Yeah.
My social anxiety doesn't let me wrap my head around who would want to do this at a talent show. If it were an open mic, or if he just got onto the DJ equipment or whatever, I'd be fine with it. But man.
Yeah. And it does, the whole thing plays out in a clunky way anyway, because the bartender is talking to the guy who's dressed up in the doctor's outfit costume. I can't remember his name now, but he's talking to him and he's like, oh, don't pay them any mind. They are friends with that Laurie Strode and they come in here every year and it's just tears in their beers, right? Like, he has no idea who they are. But then Lonnie gets up on the talent show mic and introduces Tommy like he's the host of the show. It doesn't make any sense. Like, the bartender, they would know, right? Like, they would know him and be like, oh yeah, Lonnie's hosting tonight. It's just awkward and clunky and it doesn't work.
It's frustrating. And it's not the only clunky thing in the movie.
No, it's not. There are a few things that I wish they had done better, but that might be the most glaring example for me, honestly, of just a scene that feels like it doesn't work. Like, I understand they accomplish what they're trying to accomplish, I guess, but they just do it in a really clunky manner.
I think the biggest, and then this is maybe a different thing because this might go a little bit beyond clunky, but I think the most horrendous example for me of something that just doesn't fit is obviously the hospital scene was not well loved by anyone.
With Tivoli?
Yes.
Okay. I hate that scene.
It's bad. Everybody hates it.
That is the biggest misstep this movie makes. Not because of
the old man.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
Not because of the scene itself. I don't hate that. There's logic problems with it, but I can look past those. That's fine. What I don't like is what the movie does.
Yes.
They build up this great, almost like tragic, touching sequence.
Yeah.
Where this guy's afraid for his life and he jumps out, and it's really the whole sort of point of that scene is to show the danger of mob mentality. And you have this guy dive to his death, and it's touching and it's tragic and it drives the point home. And then they cheapen it by going back for a second shot of just the gore for just a gag. and it fucking
I didn't
pisses
mind
me
that.
off. Oh,
I
it's
didn't mind
fucking
it.
awful. It takes
For me, it's-
all the impact of the scene away.
For me, it's not even the gore. That I can see what you mean, and I don't
It's
think
like-
the shot was needed. But
No, it's
in
like
a
a
movie
shot of
that's-
his busted head with an arm twisted up. Like, come on, we
Thought
don't
it was
need to
cool,
see
man.
that here.
I didn't
in a
mind
movie
it.
It
that's
takes all
already-
the impact of the way. It's just a cheap fucking gag at that point.
it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you. I would have taken the shot out, I will say, because it's not the time, but I do think because the movie is already so like over the top and gory and insane, it doesn't feel out of place. Like if that had been the only gory shot in the movie, I would have hated it with a passion. I'm
see-
willing to give it a pass as is, reluctantly, even though I would have done something differently. What bothers me about it is that, like, it's like you said, they drive the point home really well, and then Haddonfield just immediately continues making the same mistakes. And it's not a theme that I felt was. I'm going to get in trouble here. It's
Will's
not
listening.
a theme that
Who
I.
are you going to get in trouble
No,
with?
by Rob. I'm going to get in trouble with
I
you.
thought you meant
Oh,
me.
well,
Because I'm
you
trying to
better-
talk
you
about
better
Halloween
fucking
Ends again.
Step lightly.
This scene bothers me. For the most part, after watching Halloween Ends, I'm a lot nicer to Halloween Kills. The one exception is with that scene, because they have this really interesting theme that they're doing with Haddonfield and the mob mentality and the way that evil kind of spreads out and impacts this town. I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was really compelling. We have this really cinematic scene here that we had to bring the rest of the movie to a dead stop to introduce at this point, despite all logic. It felt very out of place. I would have been a lot more forgiving of it if it had been a theme that had been picked up in Halloween Ends. Like if I had felt that this scene really amounted to something later on in the franchise. But watching it today, I got irritated because it's like, man, we really did just forget everything else going on here to do
Yeah.
this for no reason.
And I also, circling back to what you said, though, Kat, about it being a gory movie anyway, so it doesn't bother you. That's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
exactly the reason why it does bother me, because we don't need it. We get gore other places in this film. So we don't need it here. Don't cheapen this great moment that you've created for just more of what we already have plenty of in the rest of the film.
I think my thing here is that, like, it felt more tonally consistent because there was already gore. Like, gore doesn't inherently cheapen things for me.
It doesn't, except the way that they did it. It literally just feels like it's a gag. Oh, look at this fucked up guy. It's like, come on.
I don't know. I didn't feel that strongly about it.
I hated it. It's the worst thing in this movie.
All right, calm down. Let's calm down a little bit, because
I think we're calm. I mean, I'm not ready to fight about it or anything.
I'm
I
ready to
understand
about this.
Yeah,
You're
I
being
understand what
dramatic.
she's saying and everything. I'm just,
Can we
know.
talk
Okay.
about the actual worst thing in this movie? Because I think we probably all agree on it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Evil dies tonight.
It doesn't bother me that much.
Really?
No. And it's
All
not
right.
said nearly as often as you think it is. I have that coming up in facts.
Oh, okay.
They don't,
It feels
they
like
say,
a lot.
They say evil dies tonight once in the first hour and 10 minutes of this movie. The reason
how
it
many
feels like
after?
the reason it feels like a lot is because for the last 45 minutes is the times they say it every other time. So it's a lot in the last 45 minutes of this movie. But I mean, that's what happens when you got that mob mentality, right? They get stupid fucking chants going, lock her up, right? I mean, everybody
guess.
loves a fucking slogan.
I did not love the slogan.
It got
Yeah,
memed.
Yeah, it did. And rightfully so, I guess. But it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. I'll tell you what the worst thing of this whole movie is. And also, Rob, you're getting carried away, man. I don't think that scene with the old man jumping and everything, let's not. It was a cool scene and all, symbolism, all that shit. I get it. But you said that there's logic problems and that's fine. That's not fine. The whole scene was ruined before it even started because they thought this old ass, short, bald, heavy-set old man was Michael Myers.
Easy. That actor's dead, Mike. You don't speak ill of the dead.
Okay, and I'm sure he's a wonderful man. He's a handsome man off of set with that character. But Michael Myers, he is not. All right, let's be honest. James
That
June
is-
Courtney,
but that's one of the logic problems, right? Because
that's his problem.
The thing that is more irritating is when we're in the bar, we see Tommy see the photo of Michael Myers without his mask. We don't get to see it. It's blurred out because of the focus.
Better.
So
Look at him.
he has seen a picture of Michael Myers without a mask on and still leads this mob after this guy. It makes no sense.
None.
But it does show how out of control a mob can get, which is the point of the scene.
Understood.
And we see mob mentality doesn't always make sense. So the logic doesn't bother me that much. Not nearly as much as turning it into a stupid gag.
I will say, Rob got me distracted with the end because we disagree about that shot.
Yeah.
But like, Mikey, you're proving my point. It feels clunky. And that's my bigger issue because I think out of context, if that were a short film, it would win awards. It's amazing. It's well shot. It's very emotional. I think it had a lot of depth. I loved the messaging of it, but we have to bend logic to get there because even if the mob is dumb, which I buy into that premise, that's fine. But like, yeah, Tommy should know better because he's seen the picture, and also common sense is the thing. Like, someone has to rile up that mob, and I think that's a little bit silly. But also, even if like the Rob thinks that the like gag at the end was cheap, but like I'm more worried about the tonal consistency because the movie does feel like it comes to just a screeching halt to have this sequence in what otherwise is a very fun, lighthearted slasher, and it feels clunky, like to such an absurd degree to me. It feels almost like I'm watching a different movie for that, like, 10 minutes or whatever. I don't know how long it is. But
No, I agree with that. It is clunky, and it does feel out of place.
It's like if Slender Man was real and they were trying to find Slender Man. They were like, oh, it's Grimace. Like, there's nothing like him. James and Courtney might not look like Tyler Mane, but he don't look like this guy. He looks more like Tyler Mane than he does this guy. All right? Let's be honest. So, yeah, like that took me out of it a lot.
And honestly, I think the whole scene could have been, I guess maybe just because we're supposed to feel like more sorry for him, but I think the scene would have just fit into the movie better if the guy had been like a big scary guy.
It's easy to do. I don't know why they thought to do that. It's so dumb.
And I think it would have been even funnier. I think it would have been even like more of a striking thing if he had been that much taller than Michael Myers and everyone's just like, oh shit, that's gotta be him. Because that's how people probably see Michael Myers in their heads when they're not looking at him as like this big, just tall, giant,
like big
muscular
Hulk,
dude.
Yeah. I think the reason that they chose that guy and that character was because it was a holdover from 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had seen him in the asylum in 2018, so it would make sense that he was on the bus and that he was one of the ones who escaped.
Rob, you're a pro. You led me right into my point of what the worst thing of this movie was. And we talked about it a lot last week. Too much fan service in this fucking movie was the biggest problem.
I don't mind the holdover stuff from 2018 because I feel like they're building on a world that was already there. I mean, Sandra was in 2018 in a very short scene, and she's brought back. She doesn't get much more time, but she gets a little more time here.
Fair.
I like that kind of stuff.
That's fair.
I enjoy that kind of stuff. There are other callbacks that we probably don't need in this movie. There is a lot of fan service in this movie. We talked about it last week. I pointed out the example of the fucking sheriff and that stupid "everybody deserves one good scare" fucking line from the first movie. It makes no sense that he says it there. It doesn't even make sense in the context of the scene in which he's saying it. It doesn't. Is that something that he says to every year to people on Halloween? Like, or is it something he said once 40 fucking years ago and it's just been looking for a chance to zing somebody with it again? It just doesn't work.
Rob, that would be a fantastic idea for a movie, is just a sheriff that says the same creepy shit every year. And then one year, like, there's a big murder and everyone assumes he's prophetic and he's like, oh shit, I better keep saying it the next 40 years.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like it makes no sense. It's literally just so he can say that same line, which is dumb. There's a lot of that kind of stuff in this movie. There's a lot of that in 2018, but it's done in a much subtler way.
Yes.
So it doesn't stand out as much. It's not. They're not. I mean, they're literally in that thing with Sheriff Brackett. They're brutal. If arrows were to come on the screen, big flashing arrows pointing at his head, they couldn't have made it more fucking obvious.
Fucking neon, dude.
Yeah.
And it's because it worked well and was well received from 2018, and Scream did it in this time frame, and it was the thing to do. Mm-hmm. And they were like, "Oh, we gotta let's go all out now." I'm like, now you ruined it, and you're just doing it to do it, and it means nothing. So don't do it. I'd rather you not do it.
Yeah, that stuff did bother me. I don't like that. But the stuff that's holdover from 2018, to me, that feels less like fan service and more just like world building. So I was okay with that. It's all a part of the same trilogy, right? So yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to be a little bit of a hypocrite here because I think the fan service was really over the top and ridiculous in Halloween Kills. For the most part, I really liked the Silver Shamrock callback. That made me happy.
That was fine.
It made me happy in the theater. I appreciated it.
Yeah, it's okay because we see those kids in 2018 also. It's the same kids. I mean, this is all a continuation of the same night, and we see those kids out trick-or-treating.
We're just masked.
In 2018. So, yeah, that actually doesn't bother me either.
It's actually one of, like, my all-time favorite, like, horror Easter eggs, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just such a loving nod.
That's how you do it, though.
Yeah.
It's just there. Just let it be there. If you catch it, you don't.
Right.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
And it's not super out of context, I don't think, like other things.
No, it works okay. But while we're talking about those, the way we talked about him arranging bodies and stuff, I love the way the bodies are arranged on that playground. When they get there and they find them, and you got the people on the whatever the fucking merry-go-round thing, whatever that is, and somebody's hanging from that swing set. It's so fucking good.
Myers was known for that shit, man.
Yeah. That's done really well.
That's a kind of a callback, sort of, like, in a way. And if it was meant to be that way, that's how you do that, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed that a lot. My only other complaint about this movie, and it's not really just solely to this movie, it's about this trilogy entirely.
Halloween
Carefully, Rob.
Is that the problem? Halloween Ends?
No.
Okay.
It's about it runs through all three movies. We keep getting Sheriff Barker in tiny bits in each of these movies. We don't get to spend nearly enough time with that character, and it bothers me so much because I think he would be an awesome character to spend some time with. And it's like they just couldn't find a slot to really tell us his story or whatever.
If only there had been an extraneous character in Halloween Ends that we could have taken out.
That movie's airtight. There's not a problem there. This movie is where you do it. And this is the movie where his authority is the most challenged.
Yeah.
So I do feel like this is the movie where you do it. And it was frustrating that we don't. This is probably the movie where we get the most of him, but it's still not enough.
Yeah. No line.
Like he'd be fun to spend more time with.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just that actor, like his presence or something. I'm like, what's going on with this fucking guy? Wearing a cowboy hat and shit? What the fuck is happening over here? And then we just never really find out. Because when he shows up in 2018, I'm like, oh, this is an interesting character. And then he just disappears. Like, all right, well.
The only other thing I had to point out was a very little note. And when they were coming out of the bar, that girl went in her car and Michael Myers in the back seat. She ran over to her boyfriend, husband, whatever he was. Michael Myers in the back seat. Go look. And she wanted him to go take her. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is Michael Myers. If there's someone who broke into your car, I'm a grown man. I'm going to handle it. That's fine. It's Michael Myers, bro. No.
Yeah, that's a funny moment. That is a funny moment because she says, go look. And he's like, go look. Hell no.
No.
Yeah.
Why do men always expect to check shit out, Rob?
Yeah. There's a couple of lines like that. Like when Phil comes running out after he goes to look to see what happened with the droid, and he comes out and he's like, Sandra, there's a big man in a monster mask in here. And she goes, what's he want?
Yeah.
He goes, who the hell cares? Call the police. There are some. This movie is pretty funny.
It is.
And
Big
Danny
John,
McBride.
John,
Danny McBride is a co-writer on this movie. He's very
incredible.
Funny. Yeah. It is very funny at moments, and I did like that. There are some moments in here that kind of, like Big John, Little John, I don't know how their decision to not just leave the fucking house does irritate me.
Yeah.
Because, they have the thing with the kids, right? And which I liked, actually. That was really fun. And then they assume when they get the knock on the back door that, oh, those fucking kids are back. And then there's a knock on the front door and oh, those fucking kids went around the front door now. But then Little John says, Big John, there's somebody in our house and it's not a kid. And then they hear footsteps above them. Now you have a front door and a back door that you can go the fuck out of, go somewhere and call the police and let them handle that shit. And they decide not to do it. In a weird way, I respect that decision of locking the front door and being like, no, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me, motherfucker. But at the same time, just fucking go call the police. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. The last thing, really, that this is, I guess, a big deal. The ass whooping in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Look, that scene and walking into that scene where you see Michael Myers without the mask and James Courtney, former guest on this show, possible future guest again on the show. No offense or anything to him because he was a Michael Myers. Honestly, arguably the best Michael Myers since Nick Castle. Honestly, great Michael Myers. I don't want to see my Michael Myers balding. I get it's just, I understand it's all these years later. I get it. Don't show that to me. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it.
He's old now.
Yeah, but don't show me that. That's like Superman. I don't want to see Superman with a. That's my problem with Halloween Ends, man. Don't.
I don't have a problem with any of that. He's old. What I don't like about that scene is how they do this weird thing where they try to add this element of the supernatural to the character, but then they try to not have it there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that scene is where that sort of starts and it muddies the water. And it's like, wait, what? Because what makes Michael scary is that he's just a dude.
Yeah.
And he can do this. And now all of a sudden it's the more he kills, the more powerful he gets. And there's more fears. What? Hold on.
Yeah.
And they go down that road, but it's just when I remember seeing it in the theater, and that was another scene that I was just like, no, this fucking doesn't work for me at all. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, it's just an odd scene because by all rights, if he was just a dude, he should be dead.
Yeah. And then they follow that up with the ass whooping in the middle of the street. Like, maybe the second crime of this movie to me, other than the fan service, the poorly done fan service, is that ass whooping scene in the middle of the street. Like, they didn't stick the landing for this movie. And, like, come on, man. Like, I get the story there. It's Haddonfield and the people of Haddonfield. They're fucking regular, everyday blue collar. They're out there with their frying pans and shit and just grabbing what they got at home. The evil dies tonight, all that shit. It didn't land for me.
We talked about like some of the cooler kills with the fucking fluorescent light bulb and of course the firefighter scene and everything. The most fun kill to me has to be Vanessa.
Yes.
It's all so like accidental and everything, but it's so fucking it's fucking hilarious. Like you can't help but laugh when it happens. Because she's running, just fucking shooting that gun at him, missing all over the place. And then he kicks that door and she shoots herself in the face. It's so fucking good.
And I think this was actually like my last like big thing that I wanted to talk about that I really love is that scene in particular. Mikey's going to get mad. We have talked about how certain other installations of Halloween feel where Michael feels almost more like Ghostface than he does Michael Myers. And I think part of it is like this goofy, almost slapstick style of horror that we've seen. And I don't think that works well for Michael. I think this is as close as you can get. Like there's an element of accident. It's funny, but it's still very tense. Like he still feels very much like a domineering presence still in that scene, and that makes it work.
We just watched him kill a whole carload of people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just before that, he stabs that fucking guy in the face.
It's not like, I don't know, fumbling for the keys.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. And he's just like, she's shooting at him and he's just looking and then he just kicks the door. And you can't help but laugh when it happens. I don't know if it's because it's actually funny or it's just so fucking surprising.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really good. The only other things I wanted to mention real quick was how they turned around the character of Cameron.
Yeah.
In 2018, we see him take Allison's phone and dump it in some nacho cheese. And you can't wait for that guy to die. You're like, oh, he's not going to fuck him. He's not long for the world. And he makes it through the movie. And you're like, what the fuck? And by the time they kill Cameron in this movie, it's like you don't want him to die again. You know?
Yeah.
They really managed to turn his character around. And his death is fucking brutal. And I like the way that they do it. It's like Michael is punishing Allison by killing him in such a brutal, slow way.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking nasty. And then the only other thing was for me to shout out what I think is the best performance in this movie.
Okay.
And that is Robert Longstreet as Lonnie.
Oh, yeah.
This version of Lonnie's introduced in the 2018 film, and it's just a throwaway line from Allison's dad about how they used to do drugs together or whatever. And you get the feeling that he's a loser. And then you come into this movie, and I don't know if I would call this character a loser. I think things might have, could have gone a little better for him along the way, but that he actually cares about his kid and stuff. And I think he really gives a depth to the character that you just wouldn't expect, because it is one character with not even a really big role in a movie that's full of fucking characters. But there's something about that guy. He really delivers a great performance as Lonnie.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah. And I wasn't familiar with him. I don't remember him from this stuff, but I looked him up. He's been in a lot of Mike Flanagan stuff, which I did not know. I've seen all this stuff. I just don't remember him being in it.
So I didn't catch that. I'm not familiar enough with the timeline of when everything came out. I definitely didn't recognize him when I saw this in theater, and probably not the last time I saw Halloween Kills, but I recognized him today from being around in Mike Flanagan stuff.
Yeah, he's around in a lot of Mike Flanagan stuff recently, but he's very good in this movie, and I think to me, it's the best performance in the film. There's something about the subtlety that he brings to the character, but you still get it. So anyway, those are all the notes that I have. So I don't know what else you guys got to talk about on this thing, or if you want to get into reviews and stuff.
We're past all of my notes, except for I do have one final dumb, like nitpicky thing. And it's not just about how
Will, pay attention. Will, pay attention.
The state of slasher movies, I guess. I do have a nostalgic feeling for being able to watch movies out of sequence, which is something that I very rarely do. But Halloween has always been a franchise to me where it's like, if I feel like watching like a fun one, I can watch 3, or if I feel like watching Loomis go crazy, I have like a whole assortment. And if I want a really tense one, I watch the original. And if I feel like watching a Scream movie, I can watch Resurrection. Yeah. And
hey. Okay.
Trick, motherfucker.
We ain't gonna do that.
But one thing about Halloween Kills specifically is that it does feel very tethered to the other 2 movies. And this is, you talked about how there's a mirror with like the original Halloween trilogy, and then, like the Gordon Green trilogy. Halloween 2, I still feel like is passable as a standalone film. Like there's enough context in there that you could just put on Halloween 2 if you were in the mood to watch it. This is so tonally different than the other 2 Gordon Green movies that sometimes I would just be in a mood to watch Kills, I think. Except for that, if you go into it today, and I was planning on watching 2018 and Kills, I was planning on doing the double feature, but I did not have time today because I was watching 13 Hours of Joe Bob. And then I had to go to a family event, and then I had to take a nap, or I would have passed out immediately on this podcast. But like when you
Oddly
don't
enough,
have time,
you wouldn't be the first person to do that.
because of Cutwater too, I should imagine. But it's just like watching it today. This is the first time I've ever watched Halloween Kills without preceding it with 2018. And it felt like it was missing like 2 hours of context. Like, I don't think it, and it's hard because like for the most part, I understand some of my favorite franchises are my favorite franchises because they tell a linear story throughout all the installations. But it's like, it's hard for me to see that as a Halloween feature specifically because the other entries I think do stand better on their own than Kills.
I can see that. Funny enough that you mentioned that, though, because as I was watching it today, and it's hard for me to look at it that way because I just know these movies so well.
Yeah.
I can just throw on any of them whenever, and I know right where I am in the timeline and what's going on, so I don't think about it, I guess. But I as I was watching this one today, I was like, they really are flashing back. I mean, they cut back to Halloween 2018 a couple of times in this movie.
And that's because I know 2018, it's probably the movie in all of the Halloween movies that I know second or third best.
Mm-hmm.
And like even the kids, like I didn't remember that the trick-or-treaters were in 2018 when I brought them up today because I didn't get a chance to watch 2018 today.
Yeah. To be fair, in 2018, we don't see them like with their masks off. I don't know that it's the same kids, but I know that we see kids in 2018 with those 3 same costumes. So I just assumed.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not. I don't know.
I didn't remember that. And I don't know.
But yeah, because like I know at some point they cut back to, they do like a cut back to show Sartain stabbing Hawkins. And I feel like they did at least one other time too, but I don't know. They cut back to stuff a lot in this movie, which I mean, maybe is helpful. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I know these movies. I've seen them all too many times now. I just know where things are at and what's happened. So it's really hard for me to get into that mindset. But I guess I could see that being a problem. You're right. The early,
and it's small. It's nitpicky.
Yeah, you never had to worry about that before with slashers, and that is something that I think is. I don't know if it's becoming more prevalent in all slasher franchises or not, but that certainly does feel this way with this David Gordon Green trilogy.
And I talk about it in TV a lot too, where we used to have more filler episodes. I guess you don't really have like filler movies, but it's like the way that media is just released now, everything feels like a tiny part of something else. And we don't have as many self-contained stories anymore, which is, I was thinking about it a lot while I was watching Kills, because as I was watching Kills, I was like, man, this really should have been a double feature.
Yeah. And also, I mean, maybe the way this was conceived, because I believe this was conceived originally as a trilogy.
I think so.
And I think if you go back to like the 80s, a lot of times it was like,
one movie at a time got planned.
They released the first one, it was a big hit, so they rushed the second one out, and then that one did well, so like, this one did well enough, we can do a third one. Like, they weren't like, we're going to do 8 Friday the 13th movie. They just, the next one got approved based on how the one previous to it did. So I feel like maybe that's part of it too.
And you brought this up as well. I think it's detrimental. We see it a lot more in series, I guess, than we do in movies specifically, but it can be really detrimental to story arcs. And you're the one that brought this up to me, I think, in the David Gordon Green verse. The little girl in Exorcist Believer has the shittiest end in any horror franchise because it was planned as a trilogy and then it didn't do well. So now that story is just dead and gone. And no one was worried about what would happen if it was the only Exorcist reboot movie. And like, can you imagine if Halloween if Halloween Kills had been like the last one?
Right.
How frustrated people would have been.
Yeah. Although, did you guys watch the regular cut or the extended cut?
I watched whichever one hit. Was it Peacock? I don't even remember where it was anymore.
The extended cut has the ending with Laurie calling Karen's cell phone and Michael answering.
Oh, yeah. So I did see that one.
Okay. All right. So it wraps up nicely. They didn't, that wasn't on the theatrical cut. because David Gordon Green was afraid that people would assume that the third movie was going to continue that same night, like it was all going to take place on one night.
Right.
But it's cool. I like that ending. It works. Although I guess when you think about it, it doesn't work when you go into the third movie. Whatever.
All right. You guys ready for reviews and facts and stuff?
Yes. So, Halloween Kills, we said some nice stuff about it. The internet was not as kind. I had a tough time finding nice reviews, which we'll get to in a second here. But Rotten Tomatoes has a 39% tomato meter score. 39.
I'm sorry, you say 39? Wow. Really?
39. The audience score, or the popcometer, said...
Pop meter's pretty cool. I'm mad about that. Popcorn meter's dumb. Pop meter's kind of dope.
I do want to say it is popcorn meter, but I have seen people refer to it like several times this last week as like the popcometer, and it's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, the popcometer.
Yeah, the popcometer. I like that. Yeah.
The only nickname that doesn't work is the corn meter. That would be really lame. But yeah, popcom, pop meter. Yeah, that's dope. I'm mad at that.
The popcorn meter / audience score is 66%. So
a little better.
A little better. IMDb, no surprise, has it right in between the two at 5.5 out of 10.
Wow. All right.
I pulled a couple reviews that are just for the title. 5 out of 10, Halloween Kills itself.
Wow.
6 out of 10, Halloween Kills. It caused me some pain.
Real quick, Halloween Kills is a really fucking dumb name, right?
Yeah.
It's a really stupid name. I don't like the title.
And my third, this wins the award of best review title for me. 6 out of 10, they trying to kill Michael with bats, Lamau. Just
all right. Yeah.
Excellent.
Scathing
criticism. All right. So actual reviews for this. Halloween Kills, 1 out of 10. Is this a parody? 11 minutes and 16 seconds into the movie, I had to make sure I wasn't watching a parody movie. It's painful to watch the cop miss 3 to 5 shots standing only 10 feet away from Michael Myers as he slowly walks away. Also, the acting was terrible.
Wow.
Honestly, this movie had like the best representation of gun use from normal fucking people who aren't used to using guns. Because the cop did it, and those kids on the upstairs of the house somewhere in the middle of the movie, that guy had a gun, and he just walked up on him, and the dude's fucking shooting sideways and shit.
Yeah.
That's how, if a creepy motherfucker, big ass dude's running up on you, you might shoot a gun that way and just panic and freak out. That's pretty real.
That's fair. I don't know that I would do better.
I don't know I'll do that bad. I would like to think not, but dude, you get startled like you don't fucking know. You're not even ready to shoot that damn gun. You hoping you don't have to shoot the damn thing.
We have oh boy, I might be a little bit too drunk for this one. The typos can be hard for me to read. I chose along with typos while I was a lot more sober because I thought they were funny, and now here I am regretting everything. All right, 2 out of 10. What did I just watched?
Oh.
Had high hopes for this period, Halloween period, but end up disappointed. Too much bad acting, too many scenes, and also dialogues are horrible, not to mention ending. Complete.
How many cutwaters did they have?
I know, that's the real question, is how many did they have? So yeah, they didn't like it.
All right, that's at least the second review that has mentioned bad acting. What was bad? Was there anybody you thought was bad? I don't think anybody. I can't think of any bad performances in the movie.
Yeah, I guess not. Tommy wasn't. I don't know how to explain it. He didn't seem polished. But he wasn't bad. I wouldn't say bad.
No, that anybody was bad.
And I don't think the cops were bad, because I'm pretty sure that one guy turned it off after 11 minutes.
Yeah, no, I don't think they were bad either. I don't think anybody in this movie I would call bad.
No.
Okay, so this next one, this is either going to be Rob's favorite review of the night, or they're going to get a candy bar. There's no in between. This is called "Hello, I'm Laurie Strode." And I prepared a death fire trap for Myers over a decade, but I left a small fireproof room for him to carry on with the franchise for money.
Mhm.
Yes, this review was made under the influence of alcohol, and I've only seen the first 25 minutes of movie. Might change later. Hope it gets better. ...
The movie was read under
Yeah.
alcohol as well,
Yeah.
too. The
Look,
review,
I'm-
rather.
I'm not mad at that review. It's fine. I have pointed that out before also. I forgot to bring it up, but that is another logic flaw in the movie. If you're going to build a fire trap, maybe don't have a
Sure.
fireproof door down there where they can hide.
She needed one, maybe. I mean, yeah, I guess.
That's a bad fucking idea.
That's fair.
Okay. This one, this was my most fascinating review. It's 6 out of 10. Michael is bad. Michael is amazing. The first 30 minutes are nonstop. It then somehow turns into a WTH is going on her E-Fest. Completely filler nonsense, added nothing to the movie. As a Halloween fan, I gave it a 6. It honestly deserves nothing more, sadly.
Okay. I don't understand that review, but okay.
Yeah, typos and nonsense aside, I really just love as a Halloween fan, I gave it a 6.
Right.
It honestly deserves nothing more, which is crazy because that's what they gave it. Like, I already knew that.
Could have saved us all some time.
This one then I started pulling ones just for hot takes because I wanted to rile people up at the end of the show. 1 out of 10, worse than Resurrection and Halloween
Jesus.
5.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, man.
Those are two of the worst in the franchise.
This might be the first episode this button's gotten play more than once.
Trick or treat for the fucker.
Come on.
Okay. David Gordon Green isn't even trying. Everyone involved should be embarrassed, especially the director, if you can call Green that, and Jamie Lee Curtis, who could have stood up and said, "This is truly unreleasable." I'm sure she was getting an executive producer credit. I'll
She
admit
did.
that I'm a fan of Rob Zombie remakes, but even those who hate them should agree that this makes Zombie look like Stanley Kubrick by comparison. It's obvious that Zombie was trying. I'll also admit I thought 2018 was a joke, but at least it was a cohesive story. Kills isn't anything functional. It is unwatchable. I'm sure Ends will be just as bad.
All right. So here's what this person gets.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to package a Rolos. I'm going to open them up, put them in there individually, and I'm going to shoot them out of my ass right into their mouth.
God.
Wow. Okay.
Rolos, huh?
Rolos. The little Rolos, yeah. A little something
Usually-
extra having to come out of there ain't my problem.
Usually we go for like the punishments, the big bars. You went for like
Yeah.
a
You went the
machine
other
gun
way.
tactic here.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Rapid fire right into their mouth.
Damn, out of your butt.
Yep.
But we have this one 1 out of 10. It's Michael. It's happening again.
It's funny.
It's Michael. It's happening again, just like 40 years ago. But today he's going to die. I'm going to kill him. Evil dies tonight. It's Michael. I'm going to kill him. It's happening again. Evil dies tonight, just like 40 years ago. But today he's going to die. And then it goes through that a couple more times, but it gets progressively more capitalized. So, yeah, I think someone did not like the repetitive nature of this movie.
Sure.
1 out of 10. Not one person can destroy him, LOL. What a joke. I've watched this for years, but now it's become just another way to make money and a complete waste of my time. No one has any common sense to kill him correctly. Don't worry, another one is coming and another one after that, but then I'm done. So they watched Halloween Kills and they're like, I'll give it 2 more
That's right.
movies
That's
and
right.
then I'm quitting.
Yep.
All right. This one was really confusing to me. It's 2 out of 10, written by kids for kids.
What?
Cheese and gore, no script or acting included. Michael now poses his victims for art purposes. Michael can now drive and play records. Evil Dies Tonight is repeated so many times that I lost count. 40 Years is also repeated countless times. So now you get to hear Michael breathing heavily through his mask. Now it seems no one knows how to use a gun, cocking noise for the safety, pump a shotgun just for sound effect, and no shell comes out, yet it does later. The only accurate shot was a mask and a pumpkin. Never when pointed at Michael. Kyle Richards couldn't act her way out of a paper bag. House was on fire, but let's leave Michael in a fireproof steel door room. I think he is dead. Remember, kids, take off all jewelry before grabbing a cheese knife and fighting Michael Myers. The list goes on. This is not what Carpenter created.
What they're talking about, at least initially, in some of that stuff, is exactly what Carpenter created. Michael always posed the bodies. Michael always drove. He drives in the first fucking movie.
I was going to let this one go, but I was so frustrated by how many of these complaints were just things that Michael Myers has always done.
Right. And do we even see him drive in this movie?
Yeah.
Bit,
right after the girl said, "Oh, Mike Myers in the back. Go check it out." Didn't he like fucking drive off and crash?
No, that was Tivoli.
No,
that's why Tivoli went to the hospital. He was in the car accident.
Okay, yeah. So no, we did not.
Yeah,
those were original movies.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, we don't see him fucking drive in this movie.
Maybe he thought what I thought.
He must have. Yeah, maybe. No, that wasn't Michael. Michael. We knew where Michael was at that point. He may have been. Where was it? We knew he wasn't there at that point.
Okay, that might have been what he thought then.
Yeah, no, that's just incorrect. And as far as him knowing how to play a record, I mean, he was a kid in the 70s. Of course, he knows how to play a fucking record.
Yeah, it's not that hard to figure out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he put the fucking needle on the thing. Although it isn't playing correctly if you watch it in the movie. It's running, the needle's in the run out groove. So that song wouldn't actually be playing. It would just be static.
Oh.
But,
yeah, I'm not a kid from the 70s and I figured it out. I mean, it's not that hard.
This one out of 10 when horror movies are not scary anymore. Terrible movie with a bunch of people dying every 5 minutes, cops not knowing how to use their guns. This types of movies are not exciting anymore, specifically for people who love horror movies. I feel bad for the people who will rate this 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Must be a bunch of 12-year-olds to rate this so high. For true horror movie fans, I don't recommend this at all.
What do you recommend, I wonder? All right.
I looked that we don't get a full list of recommendations.
Okay. Like, a lot of what that person's complained about is just horror movies.
Yeah.
Like, that's how, and they're talking about how they've watched a lot of horror movies, and so it's just the same old stuff. Yeah. I mean, a lot of movies feel that way when you watch them, and a lot of horror movies aren't really scary anymore because you become desensitized to it. Yeah, I don't get that at all.
This one, we're starting to creep into the higher ratings now. This one is 5 out of 10. Killed them all. Never been so frustrated watching a movie. Every character just made stupid decision after stupid decision all the way throughout. They all deserve to die. # Team Myers.
All right. Characters making stupid decisions is just horror movies.
Part of a horror movie, yeah, because the movie has to happen.
Right.
That's the thing. If you're smart, the movie doesn't happen.
Right. But the rest of the stuff is, I mean, I can't argue if somebody says this movie is frustrating to them, because there are parts of this movie that I find very frustrating.
This one it's my first 10 out of, it's actually the only 10 out of 10 that I pulled. And I pulled it to attack myself, because sometimes I feel like I try to rile you guys up when I pull reviews. But this one, critics focus on the dumbest stuff. This movie is great and brilliant, and I enjoyed it more than the 2018 film.
Wow.
Which, that's
okay.
This entire review. But this was a common theme that I saw in the 10 out of 10 reviews, that a lot of people liked Kills more than 2018 if they liked it at all. Which,
if I'm not mistaken, Halloween Kills is our buddy Tim Davis's favorite in the franchise.
Wow.
I think he likes it a lot. I don't know if he said it was actually his favorite in the franchise, but I know that he likes it a lot.
Okay, and our final review, I tried really hard to do some research onto this guy, and you guys are going to see why. It's only a 6 out of 10. but the review is titled 1978 Halloween is my all-time favorite movie. This is an honest review with a bunch of exclamation points. As I mentioned in my subject line, the original Halloween is my favorite movie. Halloween Kills. The first 15 minutes of the movie I thought were absolutely brilliant. The movie flashes back to 1978, right after Dr. Loomis shoots Michael out the window and he disappears. There's a police search for Michael, and I thought the whole scene was fantastic. If the film continued in this brilliance, it could have been close to the original. That being said, we're given a lot of nostalgia. Many of the original characters from Halloween, most played by the original actors. The town bands together chanting "Evil Dies Tonight." Unfortunately, it is so corny that it's almost painful to watch. There's now a full search for Michael, just my opinion, but why didn't everyone go to the original Myers house to search for him in the first place? Where else would he possibly go? Not much more to the plot other than a full hunt. The ending was not done well and leaves on a cliffhanger. My issues, one of the reasons I think Halloween is the greatest horror movie of all time is because of its simplicity. However, the simplicity is also very complex. A 6-year-old boy kills his sister, waits patiently for 15 years, escapes the mental asylum, and has a full constructed plan, almost like he could see the future. In the original Halloween 2, Dr. Loomis goes into detail about Samhain, burning animals to see elements of the future. The way Michael was watching everyone, Laurie dropping off the key, then Tommy at school, Laurie in class, in Laurie's backyard, etc. Michael steals his sister's gravestone. Why? It all plays out in his plan for Laurie. Laurie makes her way over to Lindsay's house, finds Annie on the bed displayed with the gravestone. Linda's in the cupboard. Bob is hanging down from the ceiling. It all seems to go to perfection. How the hell did Michael know Laurie would go there? But back to Halloween Kills, there is no suspense. Michael way too much. Horror, in my opinion, is really about the suspense. Not seeing the killer, but wondering where he is. Watching Michael butcher these people just isn't scary. It's almost laughable. Stabbing a dead guy in the back with 6 knives makes no sense. I gave it a 6 out of 10. The positives, great flashbacks, great music, and great nostalgia. The negatives, too much cheese, no suspense, and very little plot. It's a very entertaining film, and I really hope that Halloween Ends is done more justice. And then, first of all, the review I think it's interesting.
I got a little lost in the sauce on that review. I'm going to be honest with you. He was recapping plots of fucking movies he's not even reviewing and shit.
He does ramble a bit there. I think his point is that Michael has a very interesting pattern and sense of forethought in the original movies that he didn't think was present in this one, which I think is a fair complaint. I don't think it was spoken the best.
Well, I think the complaint of, rather the question of why don't they just go to the Myers house because that's obvious where he's going, I think in this timeline isn't necessarily that obvious.
Yeah.
That in a lot of the other movies, like he just wants to go back to home or whatever. And that is ultimately where he's heading in this movie. But in 2018, I don't remember him wanting to necessarily go back home.
Yeah, that was not well established.
Yeah, it wasn't part of the movie. But that's fine. I mean, it would make sense to check there. It takes him a long time in this movie to figure out, hey, maybe we should check his childhood home. The idea that we see too much Michael in this movie, I feel like we see quite a bit of Michael in the first movie also. We see him stalking them all the time. They don't see him, but we do. And sometimes they do too. Yeah. I mean, Laurie's looking out the window and we see him standing. She sees him and we see him standing in the on the laundry or whatever. And he's at the hedge and he's like, we see him quite a bit.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair. My favorite thing about the holidays? Decking out my whole house. It's not a competition, but if it was, well, I'd win the season with Wayfair. Outdoor inflatable Santa? Got it on Wayfair. Trees, lights, and ornaments? Wayfair. Hosting must-haves like dining sets, beds, sheets, and towels? Wayfair. For everything in your style delivered with fast and free shipping, visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app to win the season. But again, it's not a competition.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
I always feel the pressure to find the perfect gift for my relatives. In this case, whether you're sending an unforgettable gift or treating yourself to everyday perfection, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. For me, I'm not just into steaks. I like all types of meat. That's why I'll usually get the Winter's Best Seller Pack. It comes with juicy fillets, chicken breast, pork chops, and even burgers. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. A family-owned company with over 100 years of experience in the meat industry. Save big on unforgettable gifts with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and earn an extra 20% off select favorites during their cyber sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code YUM at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code YUM at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. Go to omahasteaks.com to get 50% off site-wide plus an extra 20% off select favorites and more limited-time deals during their cyber sale. And use promo code YUM at checkout for an extra $35 off. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details. A big thanks to our advertiser, Omaha Steaks.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care. Go to Dutch.com to get vet care that is always there for just $92 a year.
I think this kind of touches on an interesting point at its core, that the nostalgic aspects of Halloween Kills are very different in vibe than the actual original Halloween. I think going straight from the original to specifically Halloween Kills has to be a big shift, right? Like 2018 bridges that gap. I was curious to see what he had felt about 2018 and whether or not, because he leaves on the cliffhanger with the dot, I hope ends lives up to the challenge or whatever it is he says. I looked up to see what he thought of 2018 and how he had felt about ends, and which is where I found out he has like a bunch of reviews prior to this one. Not for 2018, though. Like, that is just not a movie he seems to have reviewed.
Yeah, he said, fuck it, I'm not going to watch that one. I'll wait till the sequel.
He was like, I'll wait for Halloween Kills.
Yeah, and then complain that he doesn't know what's going on.
He left that review in 2021. He came back in 2023, which you would be sure was for Halloween Ends, but you'd be wrong. It was to leave 2 reviews. One for Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 3, and one for Impractical Jokers, guest starring Bobby Moynihan. So we'll never know whether or not he felt Ends wrapped up well. But
these people, they start us on these sagas and then they don't give us a conclusion.
I was invested to see, because I think if your favorite, and maybe Rob can shine some light onto this, you have to just be a very interesting person, I think, if Halloween Ends is your favorite, or if Halloween is your favorite like movie of all time, and then you'd come back specifically for Kills and none of the other ones.
Yeah, you don't see anything else. Yeah, that's how he handles every franchise. He's like, I'm gonna watch the first movie and the 12th movie, and that's it.
But yeah, that's it for reviews. Another mystery unsolved.
All right, so we got a lot of trivia, guys. Here's how I handle the trivia generally. I go through this long list of trivia and I pluck out what I find interesting. This is a Halloween movie, so I found pretty much everything interesting. And initially we had 5 pages of fun facts.
Okay.
I have trimmed that in half. So we have about 2.5 pages. Now, we have had this many before, but it's a lot. So buckle up, all right?
Buckling up.
All right. The budget, first of all, $20 million, worldwide gross, $133.4 million. So it did very well. Lee Curtis, Charles Cyphers, Kylie Richards, Nancy Stevens, and Nick Castle were all in the original Halloween. They all returned in this sequel. The characters of Tommy Doyle and Lonnie Elam from the original also returned, but they were recast with Anthony Michael Hall and Robert Longstreet because Brian Andrews had retired from acting since 2015, and Brent LePage never acted again after the original Halloween.
Okay.
David Gordon Green recalled that when they attempted to find a yearbook photo, a lot of people know this story, when they attempted to find a yearbook photo of one of Michael Myers' victims from the 1978 film, that would be Bob, he came across a yearbook photo of Bob Odenkirk that he thought resembled the original actor, John Michael Graham, The rights issue was resolved, and they used Bob Odenkirk's photo instead of the actual actor.
That's fun.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis reprises her role as Laurie Strode for a 6th time, and in doing so, she surpassed Donald Pleasance, who appeared in 5 movies, so she now has the most appearances in the series. And while that seems fitting that she has the most appearances, it makes me sad because I feel like Dr. Loomis, that was a nice title for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ross Bacon, who played the uncredited mental patient named Tivoli in both Halloween 2018 and this film, passed away before the release of Halloween Kills. Universal received a largely negative reaction to releasing the film simultaneously in theaters and on its Peacock streaming service. This was actually producer Jason Blum's idea. Blum decided that due to the poor box office performance during the COVID-19 pandemic of Freaky, the best option was to offer viewers the option of being able to see the film on either Peacock or in theaters. And I don't understand that. I didn't hear anything negative about that.
People are mad. I've seen it.
Like, really? Like, I don't know why you would be mad. Like, I saw it on both. Like, I enjoyed it, though. I got to see it in the theater and then go home and watch it at home for a second time. Like, I don't see the problem.
I enjoyed the home viewing, dude. I had my fucking horror blanket on. I had my snacks. I had my drink. I was on my couch. I had my dog. I was in my PJs. It was fucking nice, dude. I'm not mad at that at all.
A new Halloween comes out. I'm going to see it in the theater. But, you know, I can go home and rewatch it. Being able to go home and rewatch it immediately, that was awesome.
That's true, too. But it was a nice watch at home, dude. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Producer Ryan Freeman lobbied for a Danielle Harris cameo in the film, but he was vetoed.
Will would have loved that. There's 2 things in this world that will give Will an instant boner. One of them is Danielle Harris, and the other one is feet, as we know.
Imagine if he could see Danielle Harris's feet.
Oh, wow. No way, Will.
Paul Rudd was offered to reprise his Tommy Doyle character, but due to scheduling conflicts with Ghostbusters Afterlife, he had to decline.
What a wild. So if you're just like a giant Paul Rudd fan, like if you come in his Marvel phase, right? Like if for some reason your favorite Avenger is Ant-Man, and you're like, you don't know his full filmography, like you're not a horror fan. You don't know that his first movie ever was 6.
Yeah.
How weird would it have been to just see, like, because the Marvel names are treated so differently now. Right. That's like such an exclusive A-list status. Can you imagine being like, oh, I fucking love Ant-Man. Why is he not in this one? And then you find out that he's in Halloween Kills and you're like, but why? Why did they need Paul Rudd for this?
So Malika Akkad, who owns the Halloween franchise or whatever, he was asked about it, and he said that he wished it would have been great to get Paul Rudd to come back, but he thinks that it was almost a blessing that he couldn't do it because it would have been distracting. He's like, Paul Rudd is so famous, and it would have stood out so much that it might have been distracting to people when they were watching the movie. Various options were discussed regarding how to bring back the character of Dr. Loomis, ranging from voice only to CG. But then they noticed their construction coordinator, Tom Jones Jr., bore an uncanny resemblance to the late Donald Pleasance. They added minor makeup effects to his brow and nose to complete the illusion, and then the character was actually voiced by Colin Mahan. I just thought that was cool. Guys working construction on the set or whatever, they're like, hey, come here.
Yeah.
The creators had discussions about when they could, quote unquote, break the rules of Michael and do things that haven't been done before. They decided when it was fun and compelling for the audience, they could do it. But if it was going to betray the character, then they would not. The brutal sequence where Michael repeatedly stabs the husband while his injured wife watches is one example, and a scene that David Gordon Green said he would not have included in the 2018 film.
Okay. Fair enough.
In the first scene in the bar, the scene begins with 3 ladies doing karaoke at the talent show. The song they're singing is "She Doesn't Want You Anymore," which was a song recorded in 1985 by the Coupe de Villes, is a band that consisted of John Carpenter, Nick Castle, and Tommy Lee Wallace.
Okay.
Cool.
David Gordon Green, I like this one a lot. David Gordon Green said one of the most exciting and nerve-wracking parts of making this film was showing it to John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just being around John Carpenter has to be both exciting and nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to show anything I made to John Carpenter, let alone when it was his movie that I was handling.
The phrase "evil dies tonight" is said exactly 29 times in the movie.
Okay, you had me nervous that I was like completely exaggerating this. That's still a lot of times, though.
How many times?
29.
It feels like more, but that's still a lot, especially since it was through half the movie.
Yeah, it's all jammed in that last half.
Yeah.
That's why I think it feels like so much. It would seem like, but it's not like with the Lost Boys a couple of weeks ago where they said the name Michael 138 times or whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah.
This is the only film that features the characters of Laurie Strode and Michael Myers, and they share no scenes together.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael McDonald is the only person to have been killed by Michael Myers and Mike Myers. He's in Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery. He plays Dr. Evil's henchman who gets flattened by the steamroller. Oh, come on. That's fun.
No, I'm sorry. That one broke my brain a little bit. Yeah. Because before I remembered Austin Powers, I was trying to think of like who Mike Myers had killed.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to like, I immediately like envisioned a movie where Mike Myers plays himself as a serial killer, and I'm mad now that it doesn't exist.
All right, now we have to make that movie. This movie has the highest body count of any Halloween movie, or at least 27 on-screen kills. The previous record was a tie. It was 20 for Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 5.
Okay.
This film and Halloween Ends were both pushed back a year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the reason this one's interesting is because getting this movie out in 2021 is what saved Jason Blum from the worst ass kicking of his life, if you guys recall.
Come on, Rob. You weren't going to do shit. You would have done it, too. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't.
I was going to take that fool out. Here's a little bit of a continuity error that just seems funny. Big John goes into the closet under the stairs to grab a golf club when he and Little John hear knocking from the back door and the front door, right?
Uh-huh.
Later in the movie, at the time when he does that, there's no pumpkin on the top shelf. But later in the movie, Allison and Cameron open the same closet, and there's a lit jack-o'-lantern in there, which means that in between those occurrences, Michael Myers had to get a pumpkin, light it, and put it up in the closet. It's the only way it makes sense.
I like the idea that Michael Myers is just like decorating for Halloween in his house, completely disregarding Big John and Little John.
Okay, so here's some of the characters that are the continuity that carries over from 2018. And this is the last thing. Vanessa and Marcus, the nurse and doctor characters, seem like new characters in this film, but they're briefly introduced in Halloween 2018 when Michael first returns to Haddonfield and is walking down the street filled with trick-or-treaters. He sees them getting in their car. And then also we talked about Sandra already, but she's the caretaker at the graveyard who shows the two investigative journalists around, and Tivoli is shown to be a mental patient in the pre-credit scene at the beginning of 2018. So those are your facts for Halloween Kills.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Not as long as I thought. We got through those quickly.
We got through them.
Yeah. All right.
I should have brought all 5 pages.
My favorite is the Mike Myers one.
That's a good one, right?
That's
I like
so
that one.
good.
All right. So Portnoy time. Oh, boy.
I don't know about you guys, but this is the toughest time I've had, maybe ever, in locking in on a number for a Portnoy for a movie.
I would say same for me, except for I haven't quite locked in on the number yet. I'm still having that struggle now.
Yeah.
That window always kills me. We always have like the little window. Rob, do you have a number?
You want me to go?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Go for it.
I think that this movie gives us a different, more brutal Michael Myers than we're used to seeing, and I think that's a lot of fun. I think that there's a lot of big dumb fun to be had in this movie. I think it also has a number of flaws, some things that are clunky and don't work as well as they possibly could. But it's still a good time. Like, it's a fun movie to sit down and watch. And so I gave it a 7.3.
7.3.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's not too far off from my range.
All right.
I'm
Kat, you
still
want me to go?
honing in. Yeah, if you want to go.
All right. This one's hard to score, man. Like, honestly. And my knocks for this thing are the fan service, first and foremost. But also it didn't stick the landing for the end of the movie for me. And that's a big thing. That's a really big thing. And plus, it was very different from a Michael Myers that we're used to seeing, but that doesn't chip off as many points as for me as it might for some. Because I like the Michael Myers that we got. I don't think there was really too much wrong with it. It was just amplified. It's named Halloween Kills. I'm here for it, man. So I'm going to land at an 8.1 for this movie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And,
all right.
Okay.
Dude, the kills were good. There were some callbacks that I liked a lot. We talked about the Halloween 3 Massive. For me to say that, it was a nice touch. Like, they had some nice touches in there still. And it was a really good Michael Myers. And the kills were so good. And we had Laurie in there for what that was worth. And I can't get too mad at this thing, man. So an 8.1. Fair score, I think. And it wasn't the worst movie of the trilogy because, as we all know, Halloween Ends is a huge pile of hot garbage. And the Halloween Ends just sucks really bad. And it ruined this whole trilogy. And I think Halloween Ends was the last good movie that we got in this trilogy because, as I mentioned, Halloween Ends sucks balls.
Wow.
That's my closing statement, Rob. You can't
Nobody
stop.
talking about Halloween Ends. This is Halloween Kills. You need to stay focused. This is clearly the worst in the trilogy, by the way, which tells you how high I score this trilogy.
Tells me how high you score Halloween Ends. That's a joke. If this is 7.3, good Lord.
I have finished honing in.
Okay.
I had to, as I sometimes do, because sometimes the discussion sways me. So if I'm having trouble with a Portnoy, I won't write down my final number until the end. If I'm still having trouble, sometimes I go through and consult my previous Portnoys. And I have locked down at the highest end of my range, which is, and I hate to give it a rookie score, but it is a flat 7.
Ooh.
I had it anywhere from the 6 to 7 range, and after consulting my Portnoys, I feel really confident that it is in fact a 7 for me.
Wow.
So,
Oh, the lowest score. Look at that.
yeah,
Yeah.
which was surprising for me. I actually thought when we started that I might have the highest score for this if I went for the full 7, which I did, and I had the lowest score still.
I mean, I honestly had no idea what you guys were going to score this movie. It was so difficult to score it.
It was.
It was.
Because
and
there's-
that's the thing is because it's like, usually when there are big flaws, I knock points off for a movie. Usually when we're this late in a franchise and I have to compare it to like all my favorite entries of that franchise, like that can lower the score. And which is why I was thinking like 6 to 7 somewhere, because I expected to have to knock points off for stuff. But it's enjoyable. It's solid. I liked it.
Yeah, and that's what really, because honestly, I'm still having a little bit of buyer's remorse here. I almost gave it a 7.9. Man, it's an enjoyable movie to watch. I can put this on and have a good time, and it could be in the background. I could be paying attention to it. It's fine, one way or another, and that's a good sign for a movie. So, and also, this movie, Halloween Kills, will the thrill. This is approved.
Thrill me, Will.
Nice. What was its final
nice.
score?
7.5. And I'll say this,
Oh.
if I did give it a 7.9, it'd have a 7.4.
Are you going to fucking urban legend Halloween Kills?
No, I'm not going to urban legend Halloween Kills, because even if I gave it an 8, it would still be a 7.4. Your score, you son of a bitch, for urban legend was the lowest possible score. Mine, it would not have been at a 7.9. So you still are the dirtiest motherfucker in the game. All right, Rick, you're the Ric Flair of the Portnoys right now, Rob.
Woo! I sent a message to Tim asking what his favorite Halloween movie was, but he hasn't gotten back to me, so we'll not know. But I do think I remember him saying it was this one.
It's like 7:30 p.m. on a Wednesday in Australia right now, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something. I have no fucking idea.
So yeah, what's he doing midweek over in Australia?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Dude, he's out throwing a boomerang around or something.
Bet he's saying Continoy. I got 2 this episode. Yeah. It's hard not to say it when we talk about Tim. Like, it's really hard. All right. .com/radio. Please go support the show. You have a say. We do have another Portnoy pick next week, guys. So
no,
out of the woods yet here. Great start. Will gave us a great start here, though. You got to admit
he did.
And we needed a banger of a movie, and we got one. So thank you, Will. Fucking so many goddamn movies.
Off-air meeting on air that we're having right now. We need to talk about next week because I hate missing Patreon things. But unfortunately, I am going to be on the road I'm going to be working Saturday night.
Oh, we're going to be in Knoxville, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to be in Knoxville. So there's a chance I could, well, no, there's not really. I was going to say I could do it Sunday, but I can't really because we late on Sundays.
Well, also on Twitter @/radio is the best way to keep up with the show. So if there are any changes, you will know there first. So we'll let you guys know about that.
We'll keep you guys in tune. I normally try to announce when I'm going to be gone a week, but we also usually know what the movie is, so I can write a statement in advance and give it a Portnoy and stuff. And if it's a Patreon vote, we're not going to have that. So I don't know if you guys want to take a week off for the Patreon. I don't know if I get a get out of jail free card.
No, you don't.
We will alert you on Twitter as to that would be crazy if I'm just I don't have to watch this Patreon pick this week, and then it's Ringu
or it's fucking Graveyard Shark again.
I'd be devastated if I missed Graveyard Shark though.
Wait, difference. Graveyard Shark. Go ahead. Yeah. All right. So we'll let you guys know what's going on next week. But either way, another Patreon pick is imminent, regardless, one way or another. So yeah, patreon.com/radio. Get before, during, after nonsense that does not make the show, extra show every week, all kinds of ad-free, all that stuff. And you get the entire catalog from the beginning of this show back. Shit, I don't even remember how many years it's been at this point. But yeah, so you get a lot of, you'll never run out of content if you join that Patreon and you're even relatively new to the show. So yeah, go support the show. Tiers starting as low as $3 a month. And you can follow us on Twitter, as I said, @/radio. We have TikTok. We have YouTube. So you can give us a sub over there. That's greatly appreciated, especially TikTok, right out loud. All you TikTok users, help us out. Jeez. And I think that's it. I'm at Mikey's Dead. Rob, what about you?
@RadioRob123 on Twitter. You can listen to the other show that Kat and I do together, the Nick fucking Woo Cage Cast. We just released our episode on Astro Boy. And coming up, we will have our episode on Kick-Ass.
Nice. Kat, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter @cat_Valor, VOLEUR. You can check out my website, catvalor.com. You can come see me in Knoxville, September 6th through 7th for TBRCon. And Mikey is well aware, he thought I was going to be too drunk to plug it, but I remembered Virus Shark, the novelization, is now out. You can pick up a copy on Amazon. Also in collaboration with SRS Cinema, the wonderful distributors of my last novelization, Puppet Shark.
That was a good one, Puppet Shark. I like that one.
Kat, you gotta stop putting me in this situation.
I can't, though. I want
to support
Shark
and
novelization.
I do regardless. I do. But damn it, these shark movies make it so hard. I'm so conflicted here. What the hell are you doing to me?
Here's the thing, is that we didn't get to watch Puppet Shark on the podcast when I did the novelization because it's technically listed as a comedy movie and not a horror movie. Virus Shark is a horror movie, though.
Oh,
we can watch it. We can do an episode.
We can, Mikey. Did you hear that? We can.
We're allowed.
We sure can, because you know why? We're due for another shark movie and another Paranormal Activity movie. So yeah, and sadly, it's the last Paranormal Activity movie I want to watch too. This is the worst part. But a hell of a lot more shark movies out there, so I'm bringing a knife to a gunfight after that, man. All right, guys, come check us out next week. Good night from Slasher Radio.
I am afraid to stand up, guys.
All the best with Slasher Radio podcast.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care. Go to Dutch.com to get vet care that is always there for just $92 a year.